Penal. Penal check 1, 2, 3.
Good day, YouTube.
Erectile difficulties.com.
Hello, Dee. How are you?
Good deal.
That's
Echoey.
good to hear.
Very echoey.
Echoey.
Here's my settings.
Let's see if what microphone am I using right now?
Oh, it's better. I think I just changed the setting on my side.
Okay.
Went from TV to general. General. It's better. For some reason.
So what's new and exciting in your neck of the woods, sir?
It's funny. My mom came and visit. The kid started crying when she left, so she's at her house till tomorrow. So I had like 5 cans left. Wipes like, sure, fine. Yes, I can.
You can have your can?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my wife told me I just have to go on early, which is why it was before 7 for me here. Usually I would have went even earlier, but everybody was busy. There we go. They're just emptying my pockets. Would you like some head?
Well, I picked up a whole chicken from African restaurant, but my wife says they don't cook it enough, so I just threw it on the barbecue for like 10 minutes. And it's fine. That's good chicken.
Good chicken.
Mm.
No, we had homemade pizza.
Oh, right.
I think I'm gonna start my night with some Far Pilsner from Alberta.
Didn't I send you one of these? Or I sent you something?
What's that? Oh yes, you did. It tasted just like 7-Up. It actually reminded me of UFOs. I don't know if you remember UFOs when you were younger. The unflavored objects.
Barbits?
They were a cooler that was sold, and they were like 7% alcohol, and they were in a 1-liter bottle. It was a glass bottle, and they were like $8 back then, and they tasted like 7-Up, just like 7-Up.
No, never had that. I just remember the Seagram's zombie. That was cool.
My favorite one to buy was the 7% alcohol wild berry ones that were also in the 1-liter glass bottle, because you could get them for like $5.99, well $5.95, and they tasted fine. They'd get you drunk, and the girls would hit you up for sips too, right? They'd be like, "Ooh, can I have some of that?"
It tastes the same coming in out of my penis.
No, I don't think it would have tasted the same coming out of my schlong.
Tell them there's only one way to find out. Grab the tap.
You sure you haven't been drinking already?
No.
So, I'm on a week off now, so I'm excited.
I've been off for, it's like 5 days, which ends like Sunday. It's like a week. Well, with the baby coming, we'll get 3 weeks. And I'll book like 2 weeks of vacation I have left. Then my vacation gets reloaded in September.
Oh, you guys have your fiscal year is September?
It's based on your hire date.
Huh.
Everybody gets fisted at a different time.
Ours is April.
Should buy a cake with it. It's already pissed on it.
Wow, that sucked.
Rename it to Can't Think It Was Cook Day.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only have 5 bottles.
Who's
Oh,
the
just gonna-
puppeteer now?
So is all 5-year cans the Svens?
Oh yeah, I had like 2 6-packs before or something. I was like, oh, this won't cost me anything. I have some at home already.
How much are they there?
Forgot how much a 6-pack because they have the. I think it's 12 and 6. I wonder it's like. It's been $20 or something. I can. Oh, yeah. I have the Flip app, so I can check the Super C store. Flip is really good. Flip, 2 Ps, Flip. S V N S. That's Mike's. That's not what I want. So, yeah.
Oh, that is why my table smells like weed. Okay, let's put that away. I got something for when Brian gets here. I should give my wife one of these keys. Opens up the locks on our basement windows if she ever has to escape from a fire.
I got distracted by the Quebec odd specials. You buy 2 cases, Blue Moon, Heineken, or Corona, or Stella, you get $15 off your groceries.
$15 off your groceries.
So let me just Google it. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about the. You can also get 12 mix pack, which is like 3 original cherry and lemonade. That's $32. That's a 12-pack.
So a 12-pack of that stuff is less than 8 craft beer here.
12-pack, you got smashed.
Use my boar hairbrush.
Sierra Springs. That's probably available everywhere.
I've never seen it here, but something else I've
Oh.
never seen here that I now know exists is that what? No way guy has his own hard lemonade. Almost like, you know, how Hulk Hogan has his own beer that's now part of a $10 million lawsuit.
I remember the saying, but who's a hot Noli guy?
He's like TikToker. He's from Alberta.
Oh yeah.
And he watches those memes that show you how to do something. He's like, "What? No way!"
So he should be paying whoever videos he's watching.
Yep. Yeah, he should be, but
So Alberta has it for $17 for the 6-pack.
still $17 for a 6-pack is cheaper than a 4-pack of craft beer here. And again, those are 7% alcohol.
See, the store is Sierra Springs. I don't know if you can order online. Kind of looks like you can order it online.
I'm curious how beer sales are going to go once the provincial boundaries go away.
Is that like a thing? People just going to come to Quebec and buy beer again?
Well, apparently they'll let you order it directly to your house from most places. So maybe it'll be the way to save Canada Post beer and alcohol sales from other provinces.
Just build a track across Canada. Just have a beer train.
Brewhouse Cerveza will be my next beer.
Have like a brew donkey train. Just go across Canada, dump you on the side, get drunk, go back on the train.
Hey, you can have kids travel free right now on Via Rail.
Probably still expensive for adults.
Yeah, Via Rail is still expensive.
Way back when, it's like $200.
Hello, my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
How are you? Well, I'm here. I'm talking to Guy. He's allowed to drink tonight. He's been given permission.
I got 4 left. Countdown.
As long as you have permission, she's okay with it.
Yeah. Feels like I have 2 wives now. She said that.
Let's see if I have won $100 and some thousand. Oh, they haven't done it yet.
Messenger chats.
It's up to 520,000 tonight, honey. Yeah, it's yesterday's game that got postponed. I hear they lost. Sven's Hard 7-Up Original. Was it the original you sent me?
I'm pretty sure it's in the lemonade. That's the one I buy the most.
Okay, yeah, I think it was the lemonade. I think it might have been. I'll have to go and look. Excuse me. I did that review out at the fire. I remember that.
Is that up yet, or did I miss that?
Oh yeah, it's been up for a while now. If Alicia take some, or just you? I think it was just me. I don't remember if she tried some or not.
Yeah, that's the vodka that does that.
Did I get you to try the hard lemonade when I reviewed it? No? She says no.
Or she doesn't remember as well.
There is that possibility.
I know it's bad for me, but I think it's my favorite of all time.
Is that sweet chili heat?
Jalapeno and cheddar.
Well, sorry, I kind of saw the color while I was sitting back. My favorite Doritos is the Flamin' Hot, and then probably sweet chili heat.
I always think of like a Stewart, like Flamin' Hot, some homosexual.
And my least favorite would either be Cool Ranch or Zesty Nacho.
I think this one went away for a bit, came back or something. I don't know. It's like, oh, I like that one.
Unfortunately, Frito-Lay isn't as big here as Old Dutch, and Reba just isn't the same as Doritos.
What's it called again? The best is the Bugles or whatever.
The Witch Fingers?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are Bugles. Oh, I'm just so.
Is Greg supposed to join in, or you just talking about old times?
Oh, Greg always has the link. He never joins. Ugh. It looks like he's at the pool drinking, though, right now.
Well, masturbating in front of his neighbors again.
Oh, I really hope not. Oh. It's been so fun lately, man. So fun. How's the weather in your area? It's been super hot here.
Yeah, it's like having sun and just resting underneath my wet, sweaty balls, or it's raining. That too.
What are you muttering about smoke?
I said it was nice today. It was nice yesterday, except smoky. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Hot. It was hot like one day this week.
It's hot every day.
What? What? What do you mean smoky? Burning down?
Well, we have a lot of forest fires still in Saskatchewan.
And somebody fucking starts another one. Because we haven't learned that a fire is not good if you don't know what you're fucking doing.
Too much pegging in the woods.
Well, basically, yeah, they had them under control, and then somebody lit another fire, and we're back at it.
But don't worry, our southern neighbors are complaining that we're ruining their summer. We're in a state of emergency, but we're ruining their summer, Jack. You know.
My wife is very unhappy with the state of things in the borders right now.
We need like a news event from this Beer Bong 420 natural events.
I wonder what happened to that kid. I haven't heard anything about him in like decades.
I'm sure he's living life. I don't know. Uh-oh.
Oh shit, the cat's down here. Hey cat.
My internet froze for a second. There, that's fine. It's fine.
I have some La Cochina tortilla chips and guacamole down here. Maybe I'll have some of that later.
We should make this full screen. There you go. HD now.
But I also have like 7 dozen cookies upstairs because my wife was baking all day. So maybe I won't have any chips.
It's like the Canada computers. They sell these for like $12. Hand sanitizer. It's fucking huge. It's cheap. I was like, fuck yeah.
You got a lot of hands to sanitize, sir?
Computer stuff. Whenever I use alien tape, that's what I use to clean stuff before I put the tape on. I do a lot of custom computer stuff. Ish. On my end. I like drills.
You like drills.
I'll buy like a fancy third-party metal monitor stand, and I'll just modify that to hold the computer and 2 monitors, which it's not supposed to. I use hockey tape, alien tape. I like the screws for metal, like it self drills.
Oh, the self tappers?
Yeah. Very useful. I want to check if I wasn't crazy or anything, so I put the pictures in the. I told ChatGPT, go find this video. This is what it looks like. It's like, holy shit, you're like a. What is it called? Convenient thinker or something like that. I impressed at artificial intelligence on my building skills.
Did you?
Mm. I'm not paying for it, but talking is free.
I'm sorry she closed the door, Cupcake. Whenever I get up to go to the washroom, I'll let you out. You're stuck down here till then. Cupcake, stop scratching my door.
No one's gonna come get the cat. Kids are asleep or what?
The oldest is in his room, and the youngest is with her grandparents for the summer.
Oh. So the youngest? Not the youngest.
Yeah, the youngest is with her grandparents.
Wow, that's long. The hell's on your fridge in the middle thing? It looks like a ball cap head. Colors and popsicle sticks.
Sorry, guys.
No
Didn't
worries.
take so long.
It's one of those magnetic trays for building, holding up one of my Father's Day gifts.
Oh. Nice.
How's your garden? You done peeing on it?
If it was only that simple.
I can see the pea splashes, which it means that she's been busy.
Well, there's a reason they're yellow beans.
You just hold the cap with your thumb. And there.
Good day. How are you?
Goodness.
Sorry, I was going to say
Goodness.
Mr. Gomez, but I don't know if it's Mr. Gomez, Miss Gomez, Mrs. Gomez, Monsieur Gomez, Monsignor.
Sire?
Sire? No, not sire.
En español.
Espanol?
That's all I got. My ancestors are Spanish, but I don't know Spanish. I'm just bad.
Oh, she's not even scratching the door. She's attacking my wife's stuff. Okay, I'm gonna sit back and pretend I don't see any of that.
She's attacking the wife.
She's like at the wife's computer things.
Oh,
Si hablo español, chicos.
I'm not your chico.
Man, I speak horrible English, and when I have to speak any other language, it's not that great.
And no tuck his pee between my legs. No chico.
oh. There it is.
So you have yourself some cider tonight, there, James.
I had. It didn't last long. I hadn't had anything to eat at all tonight since 1 o'clock at work. So the cider got me just enough blood sugar that I wasn't acting stupid. Now I have a little bit of Fireball and Pepsi, so I'm still not acting stupid. I'm just mellow.
I was surprised to see a glass bottle. I don't see a lot of glass bottles around this province.
Strongbow was originally sold here in glass bottles. In the past 2 years is when they started bringing it out in cans, and then they got all the flavors of it and everything like that now.
I wish that you could still get Old Vienna here, because Old Vienna was one of my favorite domestic beers. I was really sad to hear that Old Vagina didn't exist in this province anymore.
Well, who is that made by? Molson or?
Yeah, it's Molson.
Yeah, when Molson House closed, a lot of stuff went bye-bye.
And everybody's like, well, you can have Molson Pilsner. And I'm like, Molson Pilsner is gross. I don't want Molson Pilsner.
There were a lot of different brands.
Can you still get Molson Golden? Is that just US?
I haven't seen Molson Golden in forever. Or Brador. I haven't seen Brador in forever either.
Oh.
Or Molson Stock Ale. I haven't seen Molson Stock Ale in forever either.
How about Triple X? You still get that?
I've seen Triple X here in one of the giant, 1 liter cans.
Yeah, and what they call the Bubbas, I think.
And what the hell? That sounded like that was my security camera. What's going on? Oh, my wife's leaving. She's going for a walk.
What are you munching on, Guy?
Ow!
Doritos. I could just hear crunching in the background, and I kept hearing a bag crinkle, but I couldn't read it.
I guess there's no noise cancellation.
That doesn't matter. That's okay. Chad's sitting there playing with a pussy.
Looks traumatized.
Chad or the cat?
She's easily traumatized. Hey, baby? Okay. Oh. She farted when I put her down. I can smell cat fart now.
She was just trying to be nice and hold it in while you were holding her.
Farting cat.
Yeah, who wants a farting cat? I don't want a farting cat.
Oh, my neck. That was an interesting day.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure out where I'm going to put all this stuff while we're going camping. Ugh, what a freaking nightmare.
In your car.
Well, we also have a trailer, it's a pop-up trailer, which means that it's got a little bit of walkway in the middle of it, but I don't have a lot of room to put anything, and we already have something in the doorway when it's collapsed that fits perfectly. So I'm sitting there like, where the hell am I putting all this stuff? And then Paula goes and says, well, I want to bring this launch here and this launch here. And I'm kind of like, okay. So, I don't know.
You got to have the perfect lawn chair for when you're sitting in front of the fire.
Well, she's got one of those big, squishy, comfy things that you can kind of half-ass curl up in, and then she's got a zero gravity. And my only lawn chair that I was going to take was my director's chair with the coffee table thingy on the side. But,
Your drink table.
well, yeah, my porta-drink table. But I'm going to be out with friends that don't drink, so I'm probably not going to drink. I'm going to be the square for a week.
Great Western Light.
Fireball with Pepsi. Heavy.
That sounds sweet as fuck.
And Guy has Sven's.
What is that?
No, it's just code for 7-Up for professional alcoholics.
7% 7-Up is what it is.
Yeah.
7% what, vodka?
No, it's 7-Up.
Yeah, but what's the alcohol in it?
Fermented 7-Up.
I think it's just a neutral green spirit.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of the ones that are out there have like a vodka base.
Yeah. I don't think that one said anything. Maybe it's even a malt beverage. I can't remember.
I think that's what it was listed at. I think it is.
Have you tried the Hires Hard Root Beer?
A long, long time ago. Long time ago.
Oh, yeah, you hate root beer. Never mind.
I can still... No, I don't mind root beer, but it has to be the right... Hey, Labatt makes Sven's. I didn't know Labatt made Sven's. And it's a hard seltzer. So, yeah, neutral green spirit.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Doesn't look green.
Grain. Fucking French guys.
Again.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, that didn't taste great.
I think the nipple comment at work just about made our coworker go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, her eyes were pretty good.
I didn't know if she was going to cry or laugh at the amount of tears that were built up there, and she's just clamping her mouth shut.
She's worried about me because she's figured out how angry I am.
Oh, she figured out how angry I am a few months ago, actually about a year ago, and she's like, "You need to learn how to calm down." I'm kind of like, that's kind of an impossibility. It's built right in, thanks.
Oh, there's a new horror movie coming out, guys. It's Bambi: The Reckoning.
Oh, for goodness sake. What, Bambi gets a rifle and kills a hunter?
It looks like it kind of got some cocaine, like Cocaine Bear. Good day, Jules. What's going down? How are you doing over there? How's the smoke treating you? I think there was a mite or something in my glove because I got quite the bite on my hand.
It could be also a metal shard. They like to work their way through those gloves slowly.
Maybe.
Hell, it could have been a sliver from one of the crappy pallets in the back.
Oh no. Look who's here.
Bambi? Is that you?
What's going on, Brian?
Nothing. What's going on with you guys?
Oh, nothing at all.
Do you guys have nice hot weather, or just the air you can't breathe?
A bit of both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yesterday was smoky. Today's clear. Yesterday was half-ass rainy. Today's not. I don't even know what the temperature is. I think it's like around 26 or 28.
What Costco beer do you have, Jules? I don't have Costco beer. I have Great Western Light.
Ooh.
You don't get Costco beer.
You can get Costco beer here, just not Costco branded beer.
Yeah.
Like even some of the craft brewers have beer at the Costco here.
I've tried Kirkland rum. That's not good. That's almost screech.
So it is good.
Okay, I know Deschutes. I do know them. Deschutes.
I know people go really horny over the tequila for Costco.
Tequila's mother's milk to me. Was for years. It was my go-to for the longest bloody time.
I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't share this, but you know what? I will. No. Maybe I shouldn't.
Luck out.
You're
I was
gonna
gonna-
dick pic folder again.
What's that?
What?
What?
I think he said something about the Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony.
The Pink Pony Club. Okay,
Yeah.
what the fuck is the Pink Pony Club? Some of the
It's a song.
I don't know what this song is.
It's
Just-
a
you should
song, and it's about a stupid dance club in
It's a
southern LA or something.
strip club, I think.
Do they want Santa to strip there?
They probably would.
They probably would. From what I hear, it started out as a day strip club.
That's gonna be expensive though. Watch strippers playing with ponies on stage.
Hey, I got something different, Chad.
What do you got? What is that?
Railway City Orange Creamsicle Ale.
Fucking creamsicles are gross.
Well, they're not that good.
That beer, I haven't had that beer in about 4 years. And I've had it a few times over the years. I don't know what it's like now, but it did taste like a creamsicle, which meant I really did hate it.
Dell made the best creamsicle beer ever.
Dale did?
Uh,
I never had his creamsicle beer, but I'd tell him that creamsicles fucking suck if he had sent it to me.
I'm not really a fan of creamsicle orange. I like creamsicle orange, but I prefer the grape or the lime. But they don't make that into beer.
I like the spacing, so it says I can, so I can't stop fucking. And I just stopped reading there.
Let's see if I can figure out how to send you the join link.
It's on your Facebook.
Twitter, Instagram.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I just don't let people in if I don't know who they are. So I can
Sure.
just do this.
Yes, send Chad a nude. And I'll identify you.
Then send Gia a nude. You'll okay it whether or not Chad wants it.
Yeah.
But you have to write your name with the marker on the shaft.
Okay, so yeah, that pimple's been fun.
I
You
have
take
no.
a picture.
Sounds like an STI.
She put a damn pimple patch on it.
I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
so you have a Biore patch on your dick?
I did.
Just take a hot shower and someone can bite down on it or something.
Oh.
Hey, Jules.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, boys.
Good day, sir. So, you all have talked to Jay Knows
Cheers,
the Way.
cheers, gentlemen.
He's been the one making fun of us almost weekly for a long time.
I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't read half the comments anyway, man. I'm kind of oblivious to what people say about us.
He has nice white pipes.
Jules, I think he's hitting on you.
pipes.
Are you getting jealous, Chad?
Yeah, my pipes aren't white.
Is anybody?
Got another Great Western Light. I'm almost out of my second 2-4 of that, so apparently I like it.
It's not a bad beer, is it?
No, and I mean I bought it at the Quant's Co-op Liquors grand opening, so I got 2 2-4s for $60.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I fucking ran in there to get that. I'm like, if it's good, great, and if it's bad, whatever. I have drinking beer.
Chad,
I
do
like
you know how
it,
much
like
a 2-4 down here costs?
Well, you're in the States, so are we? I would say like a Bud. Well, I don't know your state, but if it was
Yeah.
New York, a 2-4 of Bud would be like $13.
Yeah, so I'm in Wisconsin, which is sort of just under Saskatchewan, and you can get a 30-pack of Miller High Life, which is sort of its standard local 5% ish for about $14 to $15, and that's a 30-pack.
that's the American buying power.
Yeah, well, it just shows you how much tax just the Canadian government just takes in tax. It's all tax.
Yeah, like in Ontario, you can go to the LCBO and look at their pricing structure because they make it public because it is government owned.
Yeah.
And yeah, like a case of beer, it's like 80% tax.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise. I think, and another interesting thing which you can look at, Chad, is
Gets me my free healthcare.
yeah, your free healthcare.
It's free. You pay for it over time.
Exactly.
Only the drinkers pay for it.
But the other thing
the
which you can look
smokers
at
do too.
is how much because the provincial government in Ontario releases how much the LCB makes every year, and I think this is because I've been down in the States 5 years now, maybe 2019. I think they're around $5 billion a year, and that's
the LCBO is the single largest buyer of alcohol in the world.
in the world. Yeah,
Does that tell you anything about Canadians?
Tells you a lot about Ontario.
Well, we live in this country. We have to have something to do other than complain.
and winter is very fucking long.
That's true. The only thing we have to do in winter is curling, hockey, or drinking.
And you can do drinking
Fucking.
whilst watching curling and also hockey. So that's sort of
Well, you can drink while you're participating too.
You can drink while you're curling.
amen to that.
A drunk with a puck. That's a great idea, especially when he's got a fucking stick.
So do you guys? So this is this is what Kirkland sell here in the States. It's a Hellas lager. It's actually pretty bloody good.
What's that cost?
It's not cheap in relative terms, but I think I bought a 12-pack for $14, which is quite
Not too
expensive. We're relative to
It's
here,
not bad for us, but he was just saying, you
Yeah.
can get Miller
Yeah.
for 30-pack.
But as Chad was saying, it's a Deschutes Brewery. So the triumph of a 2023 Great America's Beer Festival gold medalist. So Kirkland. So does Costco in Canada, do you guys have a Costco sort of brand, Kirkland beer brand up there?
I haven't
Not in
seen it.
Ontario.
No?
No, I haven't seen it here.
No.
But we do have the hard alcohol that's Kirkland varieties.
But we're also not buying American products right now, so
Yeah.
So
Well-
you say.
Well, I mean, I thought that would have been a great opportunity for like a local Ontarian brewery to get in, one of the bigger ones like Mill Street Brewery.
Yeah,
or
I don't like. Like
Benches
I said,
in mine.
Costco's in Saskatchewan sell beer, but it's not Kirkland branded.
it's
It's
not Kirkland branded.
now
Yeah.
like the Real Canadian Superstore sells both President's Choice beer, which is their store brand, and they
Okay.
sell
The
and
no
the
name.
PC beer and the No Name beer are both made by Big Rock in Calgary. And then the co-ops sell the co-op brand, and that's made by
What's
these
the,
guys in Great Western.
What are the previous two you mentioned? Can you just say that again?
The President's Choice or
Yeah,
the
the
No Name?
President's Choice. Is the President's Choice, is that any good? And is it just is it
It's-
straight lager or?
It's okay. I mean, if I'm buying the No Name beer is either just lager or light.
Right.
And it is a $35 2.4, which for Saskatchewan is like the cheapest you're going to find ever.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying Minhas, and I mean, Minhas in Wisconsin. Who wants to buy Minhas? And then the President's Choice stuff is you can get Pilsner, Light, Lager, or IPA, and it is 2 12-packs for $38. So, I mean, if you want to do a mix and match,
19.
It's $38.
Yeah.
If you want to do just one solid lager or a light beer, $35.
Yeah.
Which is why when this stuff was on, two 24-packs for $60, I was like, oh yeah.
What are you drinking there, mate?
That's the Great Western Light.
Okay. What's the ABV on that?
4.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the regular Great Western is 5.
Okay. This actually comes in at, I think, 5.4, which is pretty good. But a lot of hells are a little bit up there in alcohol.
Apparently, if we're still online when Danielle gets home, she's joining us too.
So, what else? You know, what have I missed? I'm entering the party late. Chad, what else have you what else have you had sampled?
That's a regular Great Western.
Tonight, I have had had
Okay.
a couple Great Western Lights. I've had a Brewhouse Cerveza, and Brewhouse is also made by Great Western. It's another one of their lines.
Where's Great Western? Is that Ontario?
Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
And then I had a Far Pilsner from Alberta.
Oh, nice. Yeah, righto. I love pilsners and hells. I just like that extra bit of bitterness in a lager. Lagers can get a little, if you drink a lot, which I tend to overindulge, but yeah, like that extra touch of bitterness on the end of like a hells or a pilsner just makes it more quaffable. Whereas lagers can get a bit sweet after time. Maybe sweet's not the best word, but I don't know. But I do like a hells.
I enjoy hells.
What Chad? What would you say is there a difference between? I don't know much. I know a little bit about beer, but not a huge amount. A pilsner and a hells are pretty indistinguishable to me. Is there meant to be a distinct difference in taste between a pilsner and a hells?
Your main difference, like if you're really going to go down to it, is going to be your hop bite. Like a pilsner is probably going to be a little bit hoppier because it's going to be more of those, like the German pilsner hops are going to give you that like cut grass type of thing,
right?
And a hells is supposed to be more clean. Now, whether or not it is to you is arguable, but that's really the main difference.
So it's not necessarily, it's not like a regional difference. Like a hells is a German version of a pilsner.
No, well, yes and no at the same time.
Yeah. I get you. It is, but it's meant to be its own distinct thing. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, like the Greeks make a pretty good hells, like Athens Brewing Company there.
The Greeks?
They
really?
do. They make a pretty good. They make a pretty good hells.
Is beer? It's interesting, isn't it? That if you look at the sort of the map of Europe, it's the colder regions, which is the north, which have really embraced beer, and the hotter southern Spain, south of France, Italy, Greece, you don't really associate beer with those regions, which is sort of logical because you think of the climate. The warmer regions would be more inclined to embrace beer, you would have thought.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like the colder ones are like, let's stay warm.
Although I guess it probably does come down to historically that 200-300 years ago, there's no way you could have stored beer at a cool temperature in Italy in summer.
And I mean, I haven't, and it's funny you bring up like Italy. Like I haven't had a lot of Italian beers I liked, albeit I haven't had a lot of Italian beers. I think Barrique was my favorite, and it was their weird sours and stuff they were doing, and those were pretty cool. But like Peroni, Moretti, that stuff, I didn't care for it. Now I haven't had it in so many because now I'm drinking a lot more lagers than I ever did.
Yeah,
but but back when I first had them, I was like, no.
Well, Italians, to me, there's been sort of a change in the dynamic of beer marketing. I don't know if that's the right word, but just run with it. In the last sort of 10 years, that I've seen this sort of new thing being pushed, which is the Italian style Pilsner.
Yes.
Which I don't particularly warm to. What's your opinion on the Italian?
No, I don't like them.
No, I don't either. It seems far too aggressive. It's almost a non-Pilsner to me.
Yeah, it's like, let's throw a bunch of hops in this and just say it's our Pilsner.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just go crazy with the hops and call it a lager, which is stupid. But getting back to, so I know I'm gibbering a lot here, so cut me off if you want me to. But obviously the voice comes from Australia, and we like beer in Australia it's the biggest thing ever, because it's fucking hot all of the time. We have 2 seasons. It's either hot and wet or it's hot and dry, but either way, it's fucking hot. So that's sort of what I was saying earlier about.
And everything in Australia wants to kill you.
And not only that, it can, and they're aggressive as well. Yeah, I think
your trees can kill you.
Eucalyptus trees are actually poisonous, and koalas actually have built up an immune system to it, but they sleep 23 out of 24 hours a day, which is a fun fact.
Well, koalas are born with chlamydia.
I don't know if they're born with it, but yeah, something like 90% of koalas have chlamydia. And also, you think
you notice how quickly James threw that factoid out there? Like, he knew it, though. He's like, when I was there, I couldn't fuck a koala.
I told you before, I'm mentally disturbed and I remember strange shit.
He's like,
you think koalas are these little cute furry things. They're angry little bastards. Like I remember, I've met several of them. You know, my wife's Canadian, and I took her back to Australia to meet the family. Blah blah blah, and took her to a zoo. And she got pissed off at 2 things. One, the zoo worker came out with a koala, and they're really aggressive. Like like you can't pat them or touch them or hold them. They swipe and hiss, and they're little bastards. And the second thing, which she got really pissed off about, is we were walking around all the enclosures, and there was like the wallaby enclosure, and everything. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, and it's 40 degrees centigrade, so everything's asleep. We go to the kangaroo enclosure, everything's asleep, and she started to scream at the kangaroos, "Get up and do something! Why doesn't anything do anything?" I'm like, because it's 40 degrees Celsius, and that's what happens in Australia. Is during the day everything just sleeps. Because what are you going to do when it's 40 degrees Celsius? You can run and hop around and. But she was pissed off because she didn't get a song and dance from the wallabies and the kangaroos because it was 2:00 in the afternoon and it was friggin' hot. But Australia's it's a lovely place, gents. So I advise you all to go if you can. It's pretty harsh. You don't want to go too far out of the cities. It can get pretty. It's the same with Canada. Yeah, you know, you go up north. And it gets pretty barren and pretty desolate. And
difference is it gets cold.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are just cold and we're just hot, but it's the same sort of thing. Interestingly enough, so Australia, 90% of the population lives within 100 kilometres of the coast. All our capital cities are all sea ports. Ports on the sea, cities on the sea. You know what I'm saying? And the same with Canada. 90% of the population lives within 100 miles of the US border because it's the most temperate. And we're both Commonwealth countries, obviously, parliamentary system. You guys speak funny and we speak funny, and we're both extreme temperature countries, and we're both about the same size as well. We're the driest. I come from a city called Adelaide, which is the capital of South Australia. Which is the driest capital in the driest state, in the driest country in the world. Whereas conversely, Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world put together. So we're exactly the same, but diametrically, which is kind of cool. And we're about the same population as well. We're about 28. You guys are 35 or something. So
Saskatchewan's known to have the most lakes per capita in all of the world.
That's
Really?
because nobody lives here.
That's
Yeah,
because
I
there's
know.
only like 10,000 of you.
so the ice fishing's amazing then.
Sure, if you want to stick your balls to ice and fucking wait behind a block of fucking hay for a fish to bite,
Well, maybe you should wear some pants when you're ice fishing.
you're squatting down to hide from the wind. There's nothing but wind in Saskatchewan all
Don't you
year.
have those little shed things you wheel out?
Sure.
Hey, don't talk to him about ice fishing shacks or anything like that because he almost got stuck in an ice fishing tent.
How do you get
A tent? You got stuck in a tent?
Who?
He was the one. He had to go in through the little door to try and finish setting it up when we put one on display.
Oh, me? Oh,
That-
yes,
fuck.
you.
doesn't it-
I fucking
doesn't
hated
fishing
that thing.
tents
It
have
was
open
38
bottom?
degrees in the building that day, and it's an insulated freaking tent.
Did anyone get a picture or video of this?
One of our customers got a video of it. He thought it was
Oh,
amazing.
even better.
I turned around to a camera showing on my face. I'm like, what the fuck?
What did you expect? Like a helping hand? I mean, come on, man.
Well, no, I was
you
on the
gotta
inside
preserve the
trying to
moment
shove-
for posterity.
It had poles that you had to push out to be able to make them flex to hold the roof up. And I was trying to push, but they wouldn't go in the same direction. And I'm not long enough armed to shove opposite corners. So somebody was holding on to one on the outside. And a customer shoves his fucking phone in there to see what's going on. So
Nice.
that's what happened.
Nice work. So no more ice fishing adventures for you.
No, I don't go anywhere near ice in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Oh, I got a mate of mine. He lives in northern Wisconsin. Around the sort of Green Bay area. You guys might have heard of the Packers.
Yeah.
And he's got he's a mad ice fisherman, and he sent me a bunch of photos. And these guys can pull out some serious fish. Like it's not you sort of catching one or two. He'll hold up like a rack of 30 or 40.
Oh, that's cool.
I can't remember what he catches. There's no salmon. A lot of sort of like native fish. Names you've never heard of. I'll see if I can find his
Pickerel or perch?
Pickerel, perch, walleye, jackfish.
Here we go. Here's his. I'm not sure how good this is gonna. No, there's a light there. But that sort of thing.
I can't tell.
1 second. There you go.
All right, does that sort of? But I can tell you the. What did he just send me? Yeah, he didn't. I think there's something blue, something about like a blue eye or something like that.
Cool.
But yeah, it's not sort of you sort of joke, haha, I'm going to go out and catch a fish. Like these guys will pull in 30 or 40 over a day. I don't know what the fuck you do with 30 or 40 fish. Maybe freeze them or something, I guess. I mean, which does work if you got like a one of those up down freezers or whatever, and you're good for fish for the next 6 months. Just do it once a year. Yeah, dog food, mate. Absolutely. I got a black lab, and yeah, he'd love that. But yeah, it's a lot of work, mate. To be honest with you, like from what it seems. I mean, he's got a cabin, which his family have owned. So I guess if you got family, whatever. But if you don't, you got to drive a long way. You got to park. You got to rent to one of the little shacks. You got to buy all this fishing equipment. You're better off just going to the store, really.
Or if you're in the Arctic, you jump on a skidoo, you go down the ice road, you find the thinnest ice there is, you make a hole.
Yeah. But we're not in the Arctic, so fuck that.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
Yeah, so you were up there, weren't you?
In Saskatchewan, they're
I
stupid
was.
enough to drive 3/4-ton trucks onto the ice to haul the shacks out.
Jesus.
Hey, the year I left, that spring, the ice road only opened up for like a week, and they forced the trucks through, and they lost 2 trucks that went through the ice.
Shit.
Wow.
What did they lose the drivers or?
No, the drivers bailed, and then they had to get picked up by locals who were driving home.
Fucking hell. So I'm a delivery driver right now for FedEx. I drive one of the it's called a W900, which is sort of one of the nice sort of larger vans. They're square. They look like a UPS sort of thing. And mate, I tell you what, I've got a new level of respect now being a professional driver for these guys who drive like semi-trailers and stuff. Like, because we obviously have to go into a lot of industrial areas and a lot of shipping and receiving areas. And these guys will back up like double hinged semi-trailers into these just very small shipping and receiving docks. And they'll just and straight back in. And I tell you, and you see them go around corners, and well, I've never really noticed that, but these truck drivers, it's not a joke. Like, I mean, I have to grapple with what I drive. Admittedly, I've only been doing it a couple of weeks, and it's a transitional thing or whatever. But these guys who drive these serious rigs, it's not a joke. Like they deal with going around it. Just simple things about getting stuck or going around a corner or hitting a dead end. I mean, if you hit a dead end in a semi, you're bang in trouble. I mean, I hit a dead end in what I'm in, and it's a sort of a 15-point turn to try and get out. You're in a semi, and backing up, you've got blind spots, and like one of the vans I drive, it's got a 183-foot blind spot, which is directly behind the actual van. So if you I don't know how they work this out, but so if you take the ends of the van, if you go back, it sort of narrows into a triangle to where you can actually see. And using your mirrors on one of these, it goes back 184 feet. And you extrapolate that onto like one of these semis, and you're driving blind. And even little things like like a letterbox or all these things are just completely like bollards. Bollards are completely they're out of view, and you have to so these guys, these professionals, and especially like a lot of these truck drivers, they go through areas which they're not familiar with. They do long haul routes. They're encountering roads they're not familiar with, road rules, regulations, signage, winter conditions, etc., etc. Like it's really not a joke what these guys do. I used to think driving a truck was just you get in, turn the wheel, and rob at your father's. But a lot of these truck drivers, it's a real skill. It really is. Especially driving up north in Canada with those road conditions. Holy shit!
The ice road truckers have guts, man, because you can see the lake doing this as you're driving on it.
Oh, fuck that! I'd be
or hearing it crack as you drive over.
Yeah. Like I heard it crack under my side by side. Like think about going on like with a semi that's over 20,000 pounds load inside it.
And the other thing as well is that it's not like you're on a highway, whereas if something happens, there's somebody on the
No, you might not see anyone ever.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and when somebody does see you, it's 4 hours or 6 hours for somebody to fly in, or or the cops to get to you, or whatever.
The cops aren't coming to you, man.
Or whoever, the rescue, whatever rescue services there are.
Like my two favorite ice road truckers that came up to Deer Lake, one of them was this Finnish guy, and he loved me and I loved him, and he invited me inside his cab, and he had like a little pizza oven and stuff in there, and I'm like, this is amazing. And then like, because there's absolutely no resources or anything there's a internet line and internet and phone line that like hangs down over the road by the store. And because the trailer had snow on it, the trailer couldn't fit under it. So I had to stand on top of the trailer holding the line up and taking steps as he was driving until I got to the end and then crawled down. That was fun.
That's funny.
So, Chad, Deer Lake, is that Newfoundland and Labrador?
No, that is Ontario. It is a First Nations reserve that you have to fly into, except for when the ice road is open.
Yeah, I remember all those awesome stories you told about how wonderful that place was.
Yeah, well, no, that one was actually a lot better than some of the other places I'd been. Like Pavernatuk was horrible.
Deer Lake refers to a town and lake in Newfoundland, Canada, not a location. Oh, what did I talk? Yeah, sorry, ignore me. And how long were you there, mate? Oh, there you go, Deer Lake. Yeah.
Yeah, Deer Lake, Ontario. I was there for. It's right along the Manitoba border. Like it's in Ontario, but it's like right by the border. But we were there for a year, and we were in Pavernatook for 4.5 years.
Wow. Where is so I'm in Wisconsin. Where is everybody else? Where are you guys? So James,
Niagara Falls.
Brian, Niagara, James, where about you?
Yeah.
Just 20 minutes outside of Regina, Saskatchewan.
Okay, gotcha.
In Mr. Butt. No, Balgony, isn't it?
Yep, Balgony.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of
Not
Balgony.
Mr. Butte.
Pilot Butte is the first town out, then White City, and then Balgony.
Balgony Baloney.
Well, the town logo is Bloomin' Balgony. But when we get the wind from the right direction, you smell the farms.
Interesting.
He's in Quebec.
So you're 20 minutes outside of Regina, the town that rhymes with fun. And if the wind blows right, you smell the manure from the farms.
Yeah,
that's because if the wind blows right from the thing that rhymes with fun,
yeah,
you might smell the farms too.
No, that's the lake.
I'll be back in 5 minutes, gents.
All right, we're gonna time you.
Yeah, Chad. Wascana Lake in summer is what reminds everybody that what rhymes with fun.
It reminds me of. Never mind. That'll get me in trouble. She'll be watching.
Yeah.
No.
So, what do you think of that $10 million lawsuit there, Brian?
What?
For who? Which one here?
Hulk Hogan. His beer.
Oh, you know what? I did not read anything about it. I kind of saw the headline.
So it was basically one licensing company had a deal with them, and then two execs left and stole the deal. So the lawsuit is against the execs that quit or were fired. I don't know which way it went.
Yeah.
Stole the deal with insider information. And it's against them, and it's against Bush, because it was Andy and whatever his wife's name is, Bush, that was like Bush is in BUSCH, that were going to make the beer, the Real like American Lager. Because they had the copyright for Real American Beer, because they had Real American Beer at one point.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Who knows?
I just kind of giggled. I'm like, oh, Hogan, you can never stay out of the bad spotlight.
No, he can't. I guess he had some serious spinal surgery recently.
Well, the guy's 70, and he dropped enough leg drops on Macho Man when he went to NWO to break his own back. Like, I could just think of when I was in shape, if I was to jump up in the air and just land on my ass over and over again, how my back would feel at this point. So when you figure he did that for like 40 years.
Yeah.
Not even any other bumps, just the leg drop alone every night for 40 years. Like, wow.
Well, how many times did he get slammed by Andre the Giant or the Big Show, etc.? That can't be good for your spine either.
No. It's as much as people like to make. He was a big man too, so hitting the mat, even with it not being fully real, hitting that mat is enough to be bad for you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Lifting half the packages at work that aren't really killer are killer after you do 10 or 12 of them. Do it repetitively. Who's playing Galaga?
He's playing Galaga. He's not even saying he's not. He's just sitting there with that smirk on his face. He's like, ha 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 ha.
Well, oh no, it was Avengers. That man's playing Space Invaders, and he was.
I was having fun. I was telling, because that came to mind. Chat GPT in French Canadian is chat GPT, which translates to English to chat. I have farted.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
So
the cat out because she's crying
Put
at the
that in
door.
there. Exactly. Oh, I think I broke it too.
go. You can go upstairs.
It's stuck.
Play with your two big brother and sisters.
I broke Chat GPT. I did it.
And now I'm gonna take a pee. Check on my pimple.
Oh,
He's gonna fart.
let us know if it tastes funny.
He's not doing a drug test.
He's doing a taste test.
Bleh.
Just a
Does
cap
it taste
test.
more like Pilsner, or does it taste more hoppy?
That'd be a great question to ask when he comes back.
You ask, I'm not. Uh-oh. You heard him grunt.
He's going to pop his pimple.
Ugh.
Maybe it's an ingrown hair.
I think that's what it is, but it's still a pimple at the moment.
Mm.
You can't shave down there, man.
Some girls like that, okay?
For God's sake, don't use Nair.
Sound like you know from experience.
It only happened once, and it was my anus.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
That's the only spot I have color.
Oh my god. It's not.
It's not a 10. It's not a 10.
I broke the internet.
Oh. So how many of these are we doing this week, Chad?
You're at work all week, aren't you?
No, I'm off this week.
You're off this week too?
Yeah.
Geez,
Wow.
3 of us on vacation. What the hell?
I'm gonna go pick up a bunch of beer in Saskatoon this weekend.
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
I'm wondering if there's... I might turn around and go look at the liquor store up or where we're going up, and we're 5 hours away from town.
Where are you going?
Waskasiu. It's up by
What?
Look at the
PA.
names of shit in this province. Like,
Which direction is that in?
Waskasiu is north of Saskatoon.
Okay.
so you're like in the Prince Albert area.
Yes. It's a national park. It's not a provincial. It's a national park.
Ooh. Are you going there because it's free?
Well, no, we planned it before we even found out it was free. The camping thing in Saskatchewan, instead of being really seasonal, they've now opened up. You can book for camping and start booking for camping in January
Yeah.
because it's gotten so popular in Saskatchewan, and all of the new Canadians are like, what was it, last year or the year before? They offered camping to new Canadians for nothing for 2 weeks out of the season.
That's cool.
And it was at any park. This year, it's, I think your registration fee and something else were knocked down to half, and then they changed their mind and went completely free for one of them. So it was
Nice.
like, okay, that's cool. So it saved us like $50 or $60.
That's good.
So
I know there's a
traveling-
brewery in Prince Albert.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, is there anything weird that could be closer to Waskasiu? Because that is literally a tourist town.
How do you spell
Warman has a brewery too. Warman has Homebound Brewing.
how do you spell what Waskasiu?
Oh, it's really. Hold on a second. I gotta look it up because it's part Cree.
I'm just trying to Google it, and I'm going Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. Yeah, is it Waskesha Lake Prince Albert National Park?
Yes, it's very strange. It's pronounced Waskesiu.
Okay, yeah. It's spelled Waskesiu.
Yep.
Hey, Brian.
There you go.
What?
What do the ladies want? Head. I don't think I could do Al Snow's voice now that he's had all that that growth hormone and everything else, and he's got the growl voice, the shaker.
Yeah. What does everybody want? What does everybody need? Hey.
Head.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do the ladies want, Chad? Jesus. What does fucking everybody want? Yeah. That lake that's in absolutely nowhere. Holy shit, that's way north.
Yeah, there's bears. You have to keep your food in your vehicle because they will go through your camper.
I want to go to the Athabasca sand dunes at some point in my life.
Where the hell is what province is that in, Chad?
Saskatchewan.
Stuff towards Alberta border, right?
It's far north. Like you have to fly there.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking somewhere else then. There's like a
Also-
desert area.
Yes,
out
you're
there.
thinking of the one that is like. I know what you're thinking of too.
Cypress
And-
Hills. Cypress Hills is pretty much a desert area. We actually have rattlesnakes there.
Yeah, and there's rattlesnakes in Athabasca sand dunes as well.
Really?
Athabasca
okay.
sand dunes is where they filmed some of the Dune movie.
Get
Oh,
out of
really?
town.
I didn't know
Seriously?
that.
Yeah. And they actually, anyone that was staying there, because you can do open air camping there, and you're not allowed to put up tents or anything, but they had anyone that was camping in the park have to sign a waiver that they might be in the movie.
Let's
Oh,
go.
you don't have to worry. It's just a sandworm. It's not an actual rattlesnake.
Yeah, Athabasca sand dunes. That's way up there. That's on the border with the Northwest Territories.
Yes.
Oh,
Has anyone actually been into the any of the territories?
I have.
And what are your thoughts?
I've been in Nunavik, Nunavut, the territories. I haven't been to the Yukon,
Okay.
and then I was in some First Nation reserves.
Where
However, my time in like Nunavut and the Northwest Territories wasn't long. Like
where,
it was like
where were you in Nunavut? Because that's Arctic.
yeah, well, so is Nunavik. Nunavik's just northern Quebec.
Okay.
It's the same level.
Whereabouts were you in Nunavut?
I've been in Arviat. I've been in Cambridge Bay, Cape Dorset, and Grease Ford is the furthest north I've been.
Hang on. Greece as in the country?
Grise,
Okay. GRI.
and FJORD.
Of course.
when were you there?
I was there for a week training a guy.
Holy shit, Chad. That is way, way, way up there.
It took a week to get there, and I was there for a week, and then I came back.
That's actually not connected to the Canadian the mainland. That's an island.
No,
And that's the north of Greenland. It's not in Greenland, but it's adjacent to the north of Greenland.
yeah, that's one of our smaller stores. Our smallest store is in Arctic Bay.
Holy shit!
Well, I say our, but the smallest store for the company I worked for at the time.
So you were above the Arctic Circle.
Yes.
So I'm guessing
So that mean
there's no trees or anything like that up there. There's no greenery.
No.
A moss, maybe in summer if it comes up.
Did you
And
go?
they sent my wife and I to Pangertung once for like a few days.
How do you spell
And
that?
I'm trying to look it up for you right now because it is Inuit, so it's spelt weird. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to look it up this way because I know where in the country it is.
Did you even have cloudberries up that high?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, pretty much moss if you were lucky.
Yep.
James, it's interesting you should talk about cloudberries because in my backyard I bought 2 years ago this little shrub, which is now this huge, great a big bush, and it's a lingonberry bush, which is from Scandinavia. They're these beautiful tiny little red berries. You get hundreds of them, and they're not actually sweet. They're actually quite tart, which I actually like. I'm not a big sweet guy, but like a lingonberry, and you can make pies out of them, or like a jam or conserve. I recommend it, mate. If you ever go to the nursery in spring, you see a lingonberry bush, mate. Go and grab one.
I bought myself something a couple of years ago because it's hard to grow here.
Right.
But they're natural growth bush here, but they're hard to get to grow.
Okay.
It's called the Saskatoon.
Oh, really?
Saskatoon berry.
Oh my God, that stuff! If you make a pie out of it, blueberries have nothing for flavor compared to these things. The only problem is that when you make jam or jelly out of them, it's literally the most royal purple red you could ever imagine, but it stains your tongue almost like a magenta.
That's cool.
Wow.
George
So,
Animal Steel.
Jules, it's PANGNIRTUNG.
Yep. That's what I would have guessed, Chad. Yeah.
What about
There we go.
Nipawin? Yeah, we get some really weird names in Saskatchewan. Bigger, elbow, eyebrow.
Climax.
Well, I just
Yeah.
when I was looking on the map, I just in Saskatoon, or just in the Northwest Territory, there's this massive lake. I'm like, what's the name of this lake? And the name of the lake is Slave Lake.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's
Right.
two lakes. There's two lakes. There's Slave Lake and then a Greater Slave Lake.
I was always trying to go, like, one of the places we tried to get a posting at was Tuktoyaktuk, which is the end of the road. It is a very northern community, but its claim to fame is it is in the Northwest Territories, and it's exactly where the road ends.
That's awesome.
And like the store is like 15 feet away from the ocean.
Wow, that's cool as shit, mate. That is cool.
Well,
We also-
have you
was a
heard
few-
Bigger's? Have you heard Bigger's logo?
Yeah, the
New
Big
York's
Apple.
big,
like,
but we're
New
bigger.
York's big, but we're bigger. Yeah.
There's also
And
a pink
Weyburn's
in
claim to
Saskatchewan.
fame is it has a KFC all-you-can-eat buffet.
It's the only one in North America anymore.
So Chad, did you say you had been to Pangirantung, or
Yes, I was there for a week. We were sent there. To do some training,
Right.
and Ashley and Ron had to watch our kids while we were there because they said it wasn't safe to send the kids.
Oh God. Yeah, it's it again talking about similarities between Australia and Canada. You guys are exactly the same as us. So our Aboriginal communities are just horrific. One of my mates he became a teacher in Queensland, and when you get your teaching degree in Queensland and you work in the public school system, the government will send you anywhere in the state to wherever they need teachers. So he was sent to what's called a dry community where they don't allow alcohol.
Which means it was a moist community.
Moist.
Yeah, so we all live in moist communities, and the Aborigines. But anyway, so I went up to visit him once, and there's two parts of town. There's the white part of town and the Aboriginal part of town, and even the bar. So the local pub, the front pub is the Aboriginal bar, and the back pub is the white pub, and you have to walk through the Aboriginal bar to get to the white bar. And my mate James, he just says to me, "Don't look at anybody, don't engage them. They'll say something to you. Just ignore them. Keep walking." So my mate James is a big guy. I'm not that big. I'm about 5'7", 5'8", whatever. He's 6'1", 6'2". So he's walking behind me, and they call Aboriginal women gins, Gin. Anyway, and this big gin, massive thing, jumped in front of me, and she looked at me, and I'll never forget this. And she goes, "Oh, Blue Eye. Oh, look at you, Blue Eye." And then she pulled up her top, and she was about 60. She had these big flat tits, which went all the way down to her belly button. And she goes, "Do you want some of this, Blue Eye? Do you want some of this, Blue Eye?" And my mate, and I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to say no because that might piss her off. And I'd have.
But you didn't want to say yes because that might get you
I didn't
some.
want to say yes either because I'm in the back room doing something, and this big hand just came over the back and he just pulled me over and he just pushed me forward and kept walking. But yeah, mate, it's horrific there. In fact, so when we were there, another story. We're all drinking in the white part of the pub, and it closed at 2 a.m. or something like that, and they closed the Aboriginal part earlier, just for obvious reasons, and the cop comes in at about 1:50, and there are about 20 of us left, and he goes, "Right, so who doesn't have a ride?" And a bunch of guys put their hands up, and he goes, "Right, you're going with you, you're going with you, you're going with you." And and everybody's absolutely smashed, and the cop doesn't give a shit about drink driving. All he cares about is that nobody's walking. Because if you walk home, then the Abos will.
Sorry, guys, I just got to run upstairs quickly and get my wife something.
Okay.
But yeah,
keep telling your story.
It was the cop who came in, and he said nobody's walking. Anybody who's walking, I'm going to put you with a driver. And everybody was hammered, and the cop just didn't give two shits about drink driving. He's just like, nobody's walking back. It was, and another interesting thing was, so it's a dry community, and so what my mate James was friends with, because in the wet season it'd get surrounded, it'd get flooded. The town itself was like on a bit of a rise, but it was inaccessible for like 3 months of the year when it would rain and all the surrounding areas would just flood. So they'd have to fly all the supplies into the town, and these little sort of small planes, which they'd pack up with, groceries or whatever. And half the time, the pilots wouldn't bring in any food or groceries. They'd stack it with beer, and they'd sell 2/4 to the Aborigines for like $300. And these Aborigines would walk up, and there'd be a queue of them when the planes had come in and land, and they're standing outside the airport with all their, we call them dole checks, with all their unemployment checks, and they just hand their unemployment checks to the pilots, and the pilots would give them a crate of beer for like $300-400, and the pilots buying it for $30-40 back in Brizzy or something like that. But it's just funny, mate. And another story, if I'm not boring you, they did this in Alice Springs, which is in the centre of Australia. They did sort of a survey on why Aboriginal unemployment was like 80% or something like that, and the government found that it was a lack of transportation, that the Aborigines couldn't get to work, so therefore they couldn't apply to jobs or show up to work. So they did this program where the government bought 1,000, utes, utes like a small little truck with a flatbed on the back, and they gave them to all the Aborigines, and within a week, there are two sort of main highways heading into Alice Springs. They found all these utes sort of, every couple of K were just on the side of the road, and they didn't know what had happened. What the fuck is happening? So the Aborigines would drive the utes until they run out of gas, and then just get out and just walk away and just leave. Fucking just fucking unbelievable that they stopped giving them public housing, because the local fire departments were getting called every single night, because they built these little wooden houses, 2-3 bed sort of standalone little kind of things in these communities. And what the Aborigines would do is they'd build fires in their living rooms, and they'd burn through the fucking floor, and then the whole thing would go up. And so they had to stop building them these wooden houses because they burn them down. It just, I mean, the stories are just endless. But yeah, it's. I think the United Nations actually came in and said that they're one of the worst third world in terms of poverty and whatever. But it's tough because nobody knows what to do because we've thrown tens of billions of dollars at it for 40 years, and levels of poverty just haven't changed. You go into the main cities in Australia, Brizzy, Adelaide, Sydney, and all the Aboriginals, what they'll do is they'll end up taking over all of the parks, and so they'll form their own little sort of tent cities in the middle of all the public parks in all the cities. And again, they're offered everything from free cars, housing, and there's nothing that seems to work. That they just seem incompatible with modern life. Basically, is the only thing. Which, not to judge or whatever, but throwing money at it, it just doesn't work because we've done it for 50 years and we've thrown tens of billions. And the level just doesn't change. They revert back to a base sort of base level of poverty.
So Joe Mungus, not to change the topic, but Joe Mungus is asking if any of you, other than myself, because he knows I have tried Sea Level Brewing out of Edmonton. I know at least one person on this panel has.
No.
Negative.
Yes, you have.
I have?
Yeah.
What
I
was
sent
it?
you some of their stuff.
Okay.
The Prairie Fairy and stuff.
Oh, yes. All right, I guess I have. Do I remember? No.
What sort of beers do they make, Chad?
They make everything, but I do make fun of their cans, mostly just for shits and giggles and to get people agitated, because it's one of those breweries like we're 100% vegan and this and that, so I'll sometimes make fun of the cans, but their beer is pretty good. What I sent to Brian was the Prairie Fairy, which was a raspberry sour. I sent their red, and I sent a pale ale, I think, didn't I?
I think so.
Because the pale ale is the one I gave you a food pairing for.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good brewery. They have nice art. They have a very widespread selection of beers. They're not that expensive when I find them here. It's not like New Level. Like I have a New Level beer in the fridge. I bought it as a single, but it was like a $7 can.
Good.
What are your top three? Actually, everybody. I guess we'll start. James, do you want to go first? What are your top three favorite beers, mate? You can say Canadian or non-Canadian, whatever.
No, that's kind of a difficult question. I'm kind of new to beers.
What do you normally drink?
Great Western regular, like the Pilsner, I usually drink that. But Chad, when we started first hanging out, when he got here and started working with me, took me a couple places, and I'm really starting to like stouts.
Really?
Stouts and the darker ales.
Yeah, sure.
The dark caramel flavors and the burnt oaky flavors, and yeah, absolutely, way more flavor than a regular lager or anything like that.
Yeah, especially during winter, that fuller body as well is really good. I mean, what do they say about Guinness? That there's a meal in every glass or something like that. Yeah. All right. So that's so you like stouts? Any brands or breweries which you've because you know which does a really good stout, a fucking amazing stout, and Chad will back me up on this. Chad is Mill Street Brewery in Toronto. They do a nitro stout, which is unbelievably smooth.
I haven't had the cobblestone stout since.
It's so good. It's really good.
I haven't had it since Labatt bought them. I don't
Oh,
know.
look,
if it's
Labatt
changed.
bought Mill Street.
Yeah.
Oh, when did this happen?
Like 6 years ago. They did it on purpose too.
Shit.
They did it for two reasons, because Mill Street also had a distilling license, so Labatt didn't have to apply for a distilling license. Now they had one.
Okay.
And they no longer had to pay Guinness to use Guinness's nitro widget, because Mill Street had created the nitro capsule that goes on the bottom of their can.
Sure.
So they bought them for those two main reasons, more so than the beer.
Wow, that's interesting, because when I left Ontario in 2020, and there were three big holdouts to the big boys, and it was
I
Mill
gotta
Street.
turn around and go and get those sleeping bags from outside in a little bit.
There was Mill Street. There was Steam Whistle, and there was and Muskoka. That they were sort of the three big officially craft. We're never going to sell out. So Labatt bought Mill Street. Wow, that's interesting. So did things change from pre
They bought
Mill Street and post?
Sorry, I was wrong. They bought them a decade ago, October 9th, 2015,
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
for like $170 million.
You can open the windows.
Jesus. So who actually started Mill Street?
A guy named Steve Abrams.
Jesus, yeah, righto.
And he was actually a really cool guy. He still works for them.
Okay.
But his kids didn't want the brewery, so he sold the brewery. And I mean, if you're a shareholder that's going to walk with like $50 million and your kids don't want the brewery, why not sell the brewery, right?
So
Yeah.
I've just Googled Steve Abrams. On LinkedIn, it comes up Steve Abrams - Harmon's Craft Brewing. I'm probably best known as a founding member of Mill Street, but apparently he's now Harmon's non-alcoholic beer.
And Harmon's is I believe his name is James Harmon.
No.
I think it is, man.
Same name as the guy you used to work with?
Yeah.
Okay. Same name, different guy.
Sorry,
guys, not trying to cause motion sickness if you're watching in the background.
He just worked. That's a guy that just works for them, but a different guy, like you said, yeah. And they're located in London, and it's Steve Abrams, Rob Doyle, and Mike Cooch. I don't know who Rob Doyle is, but I know the other two.
Mike Cooch almost sounds like another joke. Mike Hunt.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, the Chad, I don't know how familiar you are, but Steam Whistle has got a pretty interesting story with a bunch of guys who set that up as well.
Steam Whistle's like background story is hysterical, because one of their fathers owned Upper Canada Brewing and sold Upper Canada Brewing to who bought? I can't remember if it was Molson or Labatt that bought Upper Canada. But whoever bought it, they made the father sign a non-compete clause. So what he did was give money to his kids to open their own brewery, and he was their consultant.
Lovely, nice, love it. Well, that's. Are you familiar with Sleeman's story, or I don't know if it's the actual story, but apparently Sleeman Brewing, which is now owned by Sapporo, that was again another one of the largest craft operations in Canada. So Sleeman's, their marketing was, we go back to 1770, whatever the fuck. And for like 200 years, they made beer in Ontario. And then Prohibition hit, and they were told you can't make any beer, and apparently because it was kept in the family. So Sleeman father, Sleeman son, Sleeman father, Sleeman son for 200 years. So prohibition hit, and then obviously they said you guys aren't allowed to make any more beer, and a lot of other beer makers switched to making soft drinks and stuff like that. And Sleeman's went literally, "Fuck you! We've made beer for 200 years. We're not going to stop for you." So Sleeman's kept making beer. So they were banned for 50. They had a 50-year moratorium ban imposed by the government on making beer, and in around the 1980s or whatever. One of the boys, a Sleeman boy, asked his grandmother or something like that, "Can you tell me about the family history or whatever?" And she said, "Yes, our money comes from beer, and we've done this for 200 years, blah blah blah." But we were banned, and she had in a drawer, her bottom drawer, a whole bunch of recipes. And he went, "Fuck this! The 50-year ban's coming up, whatever." And he took all these recipes and literally out of his backyard. Although, I mean, family money, they would have had a shit ton of money. He started making Sleeman beer again, and grew it into a massive enterprise. I think he sold it to Sapporo. I'm probably guessing early 2000s, maybe even in the 90s, for over $1 billion. But one of his stipulants in the sale was there must always be a Sleeman on the board of directors. So his son, grandkid, great, whatever, will always have a whatever.
Yeah, and they also own Unibrew, which is a great Quebec brewery.
La Fin du Monde.
La Fin du Monde.
The end of the world.
Trois Pistoles.
Yep.
Raftman. Some great beers there. Joe has asked if you love Aussie beers or non-alcoholics. Oh, sorry, North American. Sorry.
I'm gonna be very disrespectful to my lovely newfound friends here. Australian beers shit all over North American beers, and I can explain why. So it's a beer in Australia is much more culturally ingrained throughout society. North America has a very big, more obviously so down south, more but a much sort of competitive, hard spirit in an industry. So your bourbons and your Toller Lager. Okay, is that should I know that one, Chad, or?
No, this is from Nova Scotia.
Okay. But North America has sort of a much
Burnside?
has much more of a diverse liquor industry, like whiskey and bourbon are much more prominent here than what they are in Australia. Australia, you get whiskey and bourbon apart from sort of your country club aperitif sipping sort of things is almost non-existent in a social context, unless you get into Queensland, which is sort of the northeastern coast, which is subtropical. You get a bit of rum there, so rum features quite prominently in the northern hotter areas. So like a rum and coke is a very popular drink, which will also go toe to toe with beer. But the basis of the country is it's 35 degrees plus 90% of the time. So everybody wants a nice, crisp, cold beer. So it's only in the last 20 years you've seen the emergence of ales, really, especially IPAs. Like, I mean, I'm 45 and I left Australia when I was 31, so 15 years ago. And IPAs just weren't even a thing.
I'm okay with that.
If you went into a specialist crafty blah blah blah, or in the back corner of your liquor store, there'd be a little section. But it was macro lager, and then we saw the emergence of craft lager, and then everybody's trying to find their own sort of niche spot after that, because all these markets would get saturated, and then people had turned to different orientations of beer. So then your IPAs emerged, and your hoppy, who can create the most hoppiest thing in the world. with all the stupid names like Death Hop and Death by Hops and F Your Mother Hops and all this sort of stuff. But the point being is that beer culture has historically been much more ingrained in Australia. Basis the weather. And so you've seen the evolution of so many more craft breweries in Australia than what you have in, I mean, Canada, you've got a lot of craft breweries, America too, but Australia was doing this. You guys in that evolution of the beer sort of the beer chronology have been 20 years behind Australia. I mean, Australia in 2000 was where you guys are now. So you've just had, and you know, competition creates like your better beers. So Australian beers are really tough to beat, and I say that like not out of out of some sort of loyalty to Australia or whatever. I'll say that as objectively as possible. I'm a big beer drinker, and Australian beers are just a hand. So like our macro lagers shit on your macro lagers. And that's probably the best way to put it is, so beers in Australia are quite interesting because we are very, very state patriotic. So each state will have its own beer, and you do not walk into a pub and order any other beer which isn't, if you're drinking your macro. Like you can drink your little crafty whatever on the side, nobody will blink. But so South Australia, you've got Coopers. Victoria, you've got VB. New South Wales, you've got Tooheys. Queensland, you've got 4X. Western Australia, you've got Swan. And if you go into any pub, then that's what everybody drinks. And those lagers, in comparison to, say, your Buds, your Millers, your Molson Canadians, all your generic macro, are just levels above. So if you think about it in the terms of if our macros are levels above, right, and you're a craft brewery and you want to make a sellable beer, you've got to beat that macro in terms of quality. So if your macro is up here in Australia and in North America, your macro is down here, then to be a competitive craft brewery in North America, you've just got to be up here. Whereas to be if Australia, our macros are up here, then you've got to be up here to be a craft brewery. So by nature, Australia's crafts are going to outperform because we have to outperform our superior macros, if that makes sense.
So I decided while you were talking to go and look at what I've had from Australia.
Please, yeah.
So I've had Victoria Bitter, which, I mean, you'd expect that from Carlton and United. Mm-hmm. Cooper's Sparkling. Cooper's Best Extra Stout, Cooper's Premium Lager, Foster's Lager, which basically
is not Australian at all. Doesn't exist. You can never find Australian.
Which is weird because it is technically, according to the internet, it was made by Carlton. So it's I think it's just an export beer though to play on the Australian thing.
It was. I think it was originally made in the UK, and now it's manufactured in Texas.
And the last one I had was from a craft brewery in Australia, which was Moondog and Dunbar's Dream. And I actually on one of my Facebook pages, I don't remember if it's the Beer Festival or the Beer Review, I have a picture with the owner of Moondog, and he was actually a cool guy to drink with. But yeah, like that's my experience other than home brewing, because if you do any extract home brewing, you're probably buying a Cooper's kit or a Mr. Beer's kit, which is also made by Cooper's.
Yep.
So big in the beer world. Go ahead.
Yep. Yep. So Cooper's is I'm from Adelaide, which is Cooper's is Adelaide's capital of South Australia, and Cooper's is and it's a family. It's the world's, I think, longest owned and also largest family-owned brewery. And it's South Australia's state beer. It basically it has two flagships, which are sparkling and pale, which are very unusual types of beer, because you won't a flat lager is what Australians drink. So to find a pale ale to be a state this state's beer is quite unusual, as well as a sparkling. A sparkling ale, and I'll throw this over to Chad. I think Cooper's Sparkling is one of the best beers I've ever had. Do you know much? I've never actually encountered many other sparkling ales.
I don't think I have either. I'm actually checking right now what I've had that isn't.
I'm not sure if it refers to literally as it says that it's got more effervescence or more carbonation.
Well, if you're looking at wine, a sparkling is the effervescence.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
If you were going to go by the BGCP definition of the style, it's Australian sparkling ale is Australia's only native-born beer style.
There you go.
Back before any type of refrigeration was possible, trying to brew English-style ales in this environment was too big an obstacle for brewers to overcome. As a result, a new ale would arise in Australia, which was lighter in color and body than the British ales. Australian brewers were trying, and in large part failing, to duplicate. It was bottle conditioned with much higher carbonation than usual, which likely was the subject of the sparkling qualifier in its name. The higher carbonation helped the feeling of lightness, while the roused yeast kept the body medium and added some smoothness. In modern examples, color can range from a marigold-like yellow golden to a more lightly copper amber.
Yeah.
A large head of tiny bubbles with good retention will form. High carbonation makes for an effervescent drink experience.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I think Cooper Sparkling is possibly, and I've had a lot of beers, and I love trying new beers as well, and I've lived in 3 countries for a long time, so I think I have sort of a reasonable, breadth of experience. Is why I rate Cooper Sparkling is it marries. It's such a good marriage of the best aspects of an ale and of a lager. So Cooper Sparkling it's not. I don't want to say light on body because that gives a false sort of what I'm trying to say. It's not a heavy beer. It's lagerish in body, but has the more ale-ish flavors, but also has that lager effervescence. So it's lighter and fizzier, like a lager, but so it has that drinkability, but with that ale sort of depth of flavor. Like an ale has a beautiful depth of flavor. Like if you look at a lot of the English ales, especially a lot of the sort of a lot of the cask ales are very low on effervescence, but a very high in drinkability and flavor depth as well. Whereas sparkling combines all three. It has the effervescence, the drinkability, and the depth of flavor. And it's also interesting enough for such a sort of because Cooper's Pale and Cooper's Sparkling are the 2 preeminent beers in South Australia, and they've actually almost taken over a lot of other parts of the country. Is that they're all bottle brewed?
You're putting your seeds in my beer cups?
Yeah.
Chad's not happy.
Maybe it'll teach you to fucking wash them more often.
It won't.
is what you have to do is whenever you buy a 6-pack of 12 or whatever, or if you order a bottle as opposed to a draft, is you have to roll the beer along the top of the bar because all the yeast and the sediment settles at the base of the beer, and
you're doing a Weiss roll on a sparkling?
Yeah, on sparkling and pale as well, because one of the I'm not sure if it's all, but I think it is all Cooper's beers are actually bottle brewed. So the fermentation process and all that sort of stuff happens within the actual bottle. It's not made in a huge whatever and then pumped into individual bottles, which is I wouldn't even say rare. I'd say that is actually unique for a large scale brewer to actually do that. I think is is pretty amazing. But yeah, so to answer the question, half an hour later, I think Australian beers. I think Australian food and wine and beer shits on the rest of the world. We just have we have the climate for it, and we have the motivation for it, and motivation.
I don't know. I've had Vegemite. I don't call it that great.
Nobody understands Vegemite, and I can explain to you why. Because everybody sees it's like a dark paste, so everybody goes, "Oh, it's like a Nutella. It's like going to be a sweet chocolatey thing."
Oh,
whereas
shit, no.
It's actually
No.
a salty. It's a salty paste. So if you tell people you've got to apply it sparingly, and B, you've got to mix it with a lot of butter. So you want your toast to be heavily buttered because you need that creaminess of the butter to offset the heavy saltiness of the Vegemite. So it's
You ever had Bovril?
I have had Bovril, the English beef drink. Yeah.
Yeah. My wife puts it on toast. She's English. Beans on toast, all that stuff, and it's like she tried to get me to eat that, and I'm like, nope. She also ate Marmite. I'm kind of like, I'm not into yeast.
So Marmite is absolute shite. Marmite is fucking terrible. It is. Vegemite, an Australian will never ever tell you that the Marmite. Bovril's, you know when Bovril's good is you have a hot in a mug, a hot warming cup of Bovril when it's fucking cold outside, mate. It's unbelievable. It's beefy and warming and mate, it's good.
So I thought I'd look up. Joe has asked a question, and I'll ask it right after I bring this up. But I thought I'd look up sparkling ales because you were talking about it because of the style, and we were talking about what the style was and all that. I've only had 3 beers quantified as an Australian sparkling ale. That's how rare they are. I've reviewed over almost 6,000 beers, if not over 6,000 beers.
Can you get them here?
You can get some in Ontario. I've never seen one here. But so the Coopers, like we talked about, Full Beard Brewing out of Ontario is Aussie AAA, and then Fenelon Falls Brewing Company, which is, I think I had this one when I was visiting in Ontario with Guy, the Kawartha Sparkling Ale.
What was that?
Didn't we go to Fenelon Falls Brewing? That's Ottawa area.
Fenelon Falls.
Oh, maybe I ordered it. Maybe it was one of the beers that I just reviewed when I was at my aunt's place. But that was when we got together. That was in 2022.
So one of the things which I know, I don't know where you guys are situated, but I could never find. I think there was one place in Toronto which had Cooper's Sparkling. And it was like a downtown place. I lived in Toronto for 5 years, and it was like called the World of Beers or something like that, which was a bar, and that was its theme to get beers everywhere. But because there are a bunch of Australians who live in Vancouver, because Australia is basically like we have no snow anywhere ever. I never saw snow until I moved to Canada when I was 31. My parents never saw snow until they were 64. So when Australians go skiing, they go to 3 places. They go to New Zealand, they go to Japan. The Northern Isle of Japan is huge in skiing. Or they go to Vancouver, aka Whistler, and whatever the other one is called. So in Vancouver, or actually outside of Vancouver, because I was in Banff, so Rockies on the border, and you could get Coopers pretty freely in a lot of British Columbia. But never seen it in Toronto. So, but maybe if anybody here, or well, because you guys are in Saskatchewan, probably not. But in BC, you can probably find a couple of.
I bet it's up in Jasper.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I bought mine at the LCBO, but it was the Niagara Falls LCBO, and it was the Stanley Avenue LCBO.
Well, and how long ago was this? When did you do this?
2013.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hmm.
Because I worked for the LCBO for maybe 18 months. But this is in Toronto, and we didn't see any. The only international beers we had, I mean, it was the LCBO. It wasn't a beer store, so we had just your normal bullshit beers.
I've had a few times. I had the Vegemite. I thought it tasted a little bit fishy.
Yeah, it's two things. It's an acquired taste, and you really need to know how to apply it. And that's the problem that most 90% of foreigners hate it. Like I've introduced it to my wife, my in-laws, and they all hate it. And it's all because, and my neighbors, I've given them jars, and they'll go, yeah, it's fucking terrible.
No, it's funny. It's funny because I said Vegemite.
Oh, nice. I like that. It's salty and fishy. Yeah, don't get that.
Yeah.
So the question we have from Joe, and I'll start, and we'll go to Brian, and then we'll move on from there. Is what's your favorite snack when you're drinking beers? For me, if I'm at a restaurant, it's like wings. If I'm at home, it's chips or pretzels. Brian, you're next.
Or what chips?
Well,
Specify your chips.
when I'm at home, it's usually chips. Sometimes I'll do crackers and cheese, but mainly chips.
Yes, you're my finishing snack.
Yeah, what kind of chips?
Not even Taco Tuesday for you.
What's your favorite chips?
Doritos Flaming Hots.
I just keep it simple, regular.
Dill
Ripple.
pickle's pretty good too.
But like a Miss Vicky's, or is like the rough?
Miss Vicky's dill pickle is awesome.
Okay,
Spicy dill pickle.
sorry, gentlemen, I've got to cut in here, but you guys are Canadians, and you're not going to say all like the all dressed, huh? Like
No.
all dressed?
No.
Really?
I'll just as like a
They're good, but I'm trying to drink a beer.
The Lay's ketchup. I'll eat a bag in 5 minutes.
Yeah, done. Like ketchup chips.
But will you eat a bag of ketchup chips while you're drinking beer, Guy?
Yeah, he's French. He would.
What else I'm doing? I'll just eat that shit anytime.
Okay, so Guy, you're next. What's your snack when you're drinking?
If I do it like you restaurant, I'll get wings. If it's like takeout, I'll eat Thai. Love me a long time, anytime. But yeah, I love chips, like ketchup chips, or if it's Doritos, it's gonna be the jalapeno cheddar.
You know what else is good is wonton, deep fried wontons.
Oh, just the salty gooiness.
Yeah, with some Cajun on it. Woo!
James, you're drinking a beer. What are you snacking on?
You're asking a foodie. That's the wrong question to ask me because I will make a fucking meal to have a beer. Like
Well, tell us about it.
literally pan fry potatoes in a cast iron frying pan, throwing in jalapenos, all sorts of different onions, garlic, everything, just to enjoy the beer with. I create. That's what I do. And that's at home. So if the crappy way of doing it for me would be a bag of like Ripple chips and dip of some sort, or even hummus, because you get the crunchy, the salty, and you get that full body flavor, and then you get to mix it with beer. So in a way, sometimes depending on the beer, the hummus can cause things to taste nutty.
But if I eat a Strongbow platter by myself, like a bunch of hummus, I can't chug a beer after that. I'll just drink because it's so filling.
Your hummus
What
cannon?
about some guacamole?
That would work, but it has to be hot, spicy guacamole, not normal stuff.
Yeah, you can't get the hot, spicy stuff in the single serves.
Oh,
And
shit,
I'm
no,
the only
I
one
make
that
mine
eats
that.
spicy, so it's not worth buying the spicy because it goes bad for me. Jules, you're up. What are you snacking on?
Okay, well, I think James wins fucking hands down with like in a steel pan with like the potatoes and the onions and the garlic. I mean, what else do you want? Although you're all wrong. I hate to tell you that you'll miss this by a fucking country mile.
We don't have the giant chip on the Barbie here, so that's
Oh, wait a second. Are you going to say calamari?
The number one, the singular and greatest snack, which everybody has with beer or wine. is either cashews or peanuts, gentlemen. Cashews or peanuts.
Well, I have
Yeah.
habanero
Problem is here
peanuts
in
in the
Canada,
cupboard.
the only problem is
habanero
with peanuts
like,
or nuts in Canada, if
we
they're
call them
served.
Australia Devil's peanuts. The little
I
spicy.
don't even have peanuts in the house.
You don't have any penis in the house?
Peanuts.
I never beat up my nuts before. Hold on, I think I have.
There's a communication breakdown here, gentlemen.
He likes spicy penis.
Yeah.
Lime and habanero peanuts.
Oh, lime and habanero. I think Chad won this one. Boys, I think Chad takes home. But what you want, in all seriousness, with a beer, is you want that salt hit. And peanuts, cashews, I mean, even salted almonds give you that. You get a textural component. You get the crunch out of the nut, and you get that salt hit. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, that's why every bar in the world for 150 years or whatever has served, little bar snacks. And the traditional bar snack has been a little bowl of salted nuts, salted peanuts, cashews,
Or pretzels.
Yeah, but the commonality is salt. Salt is the commonality which you're looking for.
Well, that's why I said pretzels.
But pretzels are overrated, aren't they? I mean,
They're fucking dried up little hunks of bread that are fucking.
No.
Exactly.
You don't. Not like Mr. Pretzels or Rolled Gold, like a good German pretzel, a nice soft pretzel
That's
with the
different.
salt.
That's different. That's cuisine. The other pretzels everybody else thinks about are those little.
Okay,
things
but
that
hang on.
dry
But my pushback to that would be that you're missing that texture element. You're getting with a nut. You get a crunch and a bite, as well as.
I don't want my nuts to crunch.
Well, your first one did.
Yes, my first one did. You're right. You
And you don't want anybody to bite in your nuts either.
Calamari. No.
James, did I ever tell you that story?
Yes, you did, and you made about 9 people in the warehouse cringe.
Can you just make up a new standard? Just say your ex-wife ate your last nut.
No, because then my current wife would hurt me.
No, but she can go hurt the ex-wife and get it back.
She can't get it back. It's been crushed.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of preservatives in the stomach.
So Chad's walking around with nut butter.
But I do love mixed nuts, but unfortunately they're like $20 now. The pack of mixed nuts here is like
Costco.
23 bucks.
Costco. Their package of mixed nuts is absolutely freaking amazing, and it's like 2.3 kilograms in a bag, and they have everything: cashews, almonds, blanched almonds, Brazil nuts, filberts, hazelnuts.
Okay, so here's a question to the group.
In Brazil, we just call them nuts.
So
Well,
here's a
Hazel
question to the
likes
group.
them nuts.
Here's a question to the group. Why mixed nuts by definition are shit? And let me explain to you. Because every nut isn't the same. So therefore you're going to have some nuts which are better than others. Therefore you're going to have some nuts which are worse than others. So therefore, why would you want all of them in the same? Why wouldn't you just want to pick the one that's the best?
Why is Sasha Grey still happy?
I don't know the answer to that question.
She had all the nuts.
Yeah, but you can have all. But okay, so we can agree that that say a cashew is better than a Brazil nut. Like if you
give me a bucket of mixed nuts, it's either going to be peanuts or almonds left in the thing when I'm done. Because
exactly,
because
you pick through them. You pick through them, which is what I'm saying. Which is so why would you want mixed nuts? Why wouldn't you just want to buy the nut that is the best nut?
Well, because the mixed nuts are cheaper, and we're all cheap Canadians.
Well, no, you can either drink lager the rest of your life, or you mix them and get used to it.
I'll be back in a couple.
Or you just drink lagers and you feel like Brian sitting on the couch passed out. That's an ergo chair.
Alicia, I love you. What happens if? How bad is it if I turn this light off? Oh, see, that's horrible. I need this light on.
You need a ring light.
This is one of those power bars from work that have the light on each side.
Yeah.
Do they have LED butt plugs?
I don't know if they have LED butt plugs.
He said ring like it's
I'm
his
sure they
fault.
do.
I didn't mean that ring.
The ring of fire.
Ay. So what would you have it on? Starburst or swirl or follow the leader?
Comet.
Follow the leader, of course.
Comet fall.
Be like a Cylon's eyeball moving around in a circle, though.
The eyeball will be crazy, like an LED screen at the tip of the butt plug. You're just like, I'm looking at you. Have a laser come out of the eyeball. That'd be awesome.
It'd be worse if you're behind and looking at it.
You just have like a BDSM chick bent over a police car. Or just a laser comes out of the ass like through an eye.
Have you been watching Heavy Metal, the movie?
I have watched that many times in my past.
What's your favorite segment in that movie?
My favorite thing is Heavy Metal Fact 2, a video game.
Okay, but we're talking about your favorite segment in the movie.
What's the one where she's over a cliff showing off the tits?
I think that's the entire movie.
Yeah, that part.
I like the aliens that are smoking the coke out of their head noses, like their head noses.
It's been too long.
And then they crash.
There's that radar
and...
show me. Is it ice and fire or fire and ice?
Fire and ice. Similar. Yes, Fire and Ice is the really similar one.
Yeah, that was really good.
I don't think I've watched Heavy Metal 2000 though.
And there's only one. There's one Steam video game. It was out like 5 years ago. The cutscenes, they're not that many, but it's very similar to that art style, which I found kind of cool. I have it. I just gotta find it. It's called. Because I have like
buy Heavy Metal magazine just because I'm an artist, and some of the stuff you saw, even as just like concept art, was amazing stuff.
Of course, when I'm looking for something, I can't fucking see it.
Sorry to say this, gents, but I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to go because Paula got home about 30 minutes ago, and I'm not going to get to spend any time with her if I don't go.
There you go. So, like, you feel like Heavy Metal in that art style of animation. It's Ash of Gods on Steam. Ash of Gods.
Oh, okay.
Redemption. But it has that same kind of art style, like traced over human animation. It's kind of awesome.
Well, I've always been a fan of Boris Vallejo and Frank Frazetta, Clyde Caldwell, Keith Parkinson, Larry Elmore, all of the fantasy artists of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of those, so that's why Heavy Metal magazine was so appealing with its art styles and some of the artists that just went into such incredibly high detail for some of the mechanisms where you were like, wow.
Nobody heard that.
Of course not. I was talking.
He's saying buy something his wife Heavy Metal magazine.
Hi, guys.
Chad, I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to let you go. Paula got home about 20 minutes ago, and she works again tomorrow. So if I don't get off of here, I'm not going to see her.
Alrighty. Say hi to Paula for me.
Will so. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Anyway.
Joe has asked how many beers does it take for you guys to get drunk? Gee.
That's actually complicated at this point in my life. Here's ABV, type of beer, how fast I can drink the beer. Because I can get drunk off 2 beers if I do it right.
Well, are you talking like 15% alcohol beers? Or did you drink a whole bottle of Sam Adams Utopia?
Because I could smash like 10% and also try it in like 15 minutes.
But why would you
that'll
do
be
that?
good
Why? Why would you do that?
for science. And just if you're doing like standard bar stuff, what's the standard? Like 4 or 5, you get tipsy or something?
5 is the standard ABV. Is Brian asleep again?
No. Yes.
Yes, he is.
All the baskets. You think it is a basket case?
This would be the beginning of his vacation, though, which means today he worked from 2 a.m. until like 11:30.
He hasn't. Oh, okay. Well, he did that. Yeah, same as usual.
So I can't ask him.
I like his cameras picking up the texture from his baskets. It's making little squares all over screen. It's like I have this purple thing, this black thing. It's all the same. What did Jules go back and down under? Or?
Oh, Brian's snoring. So that's my current answer for Joe. Yeah.
Short cans just don't count. The small cans of beer is just like a rip off at this point.
Well, that's the same as a bottle of beer.
Yeah. Bottles just so much more satisfying, I guess. I don't know why. Like I got old and my eyes color just got so much brighter. It used to be like freaking dark. Now it's like light brown.
I think he needs that sleep mask.
No, Brian just a horn. So there's horns in the village all the time. Unless he has it.
Oh, Brian.
Can't even hear you.
That's a nice snore you got there, buddy.
Oh, he has the rattle going. Too.
Yeah, I'll wake up. You say, "I'll show you where the wild goose goes."
Look at what she gave me. This is what she gave me.
Guessing rocks and cherries.
Yep, she be some cherries.
Where did Jules go?
I don't know. He said he had to run away for a few minutes. I'm guessing the washroom.
I saw something. I'm not sure if it's a dog.
Where? Which
Just
camera?
Upper right. Oh no, it's not a dog. It's Jules. I
Oh,
thought I
look,
saw
it's-
like a dog's tail.
Are you
Unless
calling
he has-
Jules a dog?
Yeah, at least he has a dog.
Why would you call Jules a dog? He's not a dog.
Do you have a dog?
Gus, come here. Gus.
I
Gus.
told you.
Gus.
Told you I saw a dog. I don't miss that shit.
Come here. Up. Oh, yeah. Come here. Yeah. There we go. Come and say hello. Come and say
Oh, that's a little dog.
He's a big black lab.
That's a little dog.
He's,
Do you like rum and coke? I don't do lines when I'm drinking.
Rum and Coke or whiskey? I used to drink hard liquor. I haven't had hard liquor in a very long time.
there we go. Chat, have a look now.
Oh,
Still
the
a
drinking
little
type of
dog.
Coke.
Little dog. Yeah,
Remember, I have a Great Pyrenees and a Saint Bernard, right? So
well, one of the most depressing things is his cock is about twice mine, about twice the size of mine. So figure that out. It's anyway. That was a conversation starter.
and Brian's sleeping for it.
Yeah, come on, Brian. You know what effort that took me to get the fat thing up?
Now,
Yeah.
Brian works the same shift I used to work when I worked with him, so I get it. Like, this would be his first day off. He just started vacation, and it would have started today, but he would have gotten off work today at 11 a.m.
Mate, I tell you what, I've got a new respect for FedEx and UPS guys. So I start work at 6 in the morning, and usually finish around 6:37 at night every from Monday to Friday. So you're doing 12 hours of frantic. And the thing about it is, as well, you've got I used to work in financial markets, so I know exactly what that means. But yeah, as a FedEx driver, you've got 8 a.m. deliveries, which have to, if you don't make it by 8 a.m., then the customer doesn't have to pay. So you've got 8 a.m. deliveries, 10:30s, 12s, 5s, and 8 p.m.s. So you're driving like a mad cunt for literally 12 hours. And you've got an average route would have probably 80 stops a day, which if you do the math, you sort of 3 minutes at the stop, and then there's 5-6 minutes driving to the stop. So looking at 10 minutes per stop. So looking at maybe 6 stops an hour, and they give you 80 stops. So actually, the math, does that math? Yeah. So you're looking at 12-hour days of just hectic, frantic driving, and as well, it's not just delivering little. It's not like Amazon where people are buying books and the wife's buying a new blouse. A lot of the stuff you do is probably about half business, half residential. So your half business is all your manufacturing stuff. So a lot of auto parts. So like a lot of mufflers, car parts, big heavy fucking things. A lot of tiling stuff. So fun fact about the state of Wisconsin is on a number plate. It's the dairy capital of America. We have we're like the Wales or New Zealand.
And the Minhas capital of America.
What's Minhas, Chadwick?
You don't know Minhas?
Oh,
Minhas is a Indian family who owns breweries in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Wisconsin. They do like Boxer and a bunch of other brands, but they own the breweries they own in Wisconsin are considered the oldest breweries in Wisconsin.
Oh wow! Okay, I'm looking.
And their beer is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise. Majit Minhouse. There we go, Minhouse, is a Rajput clan. No, Majit's Minhouse family beer. We'll try that one. So,
Manjeet is Minhas Canada. She's on Dragon's Den Canada.
Yeah, there you go. The Minhouse Breweries and Distillery, co-owned by Manjeet and Ravinder. Family-owned, produces a variety of beer, spirits, and other beverages. Their Minhouse Craft Brewery in Monroe, Wisconsin. Oh, shit. There you go.
Yeah, right near 13th Street.
Being the Midwest is old. How have I not heard of this?
Oh, their beer is garbage, man. You don't want to have heard of it.
So my wife, the reason I'm in sunny Wisconsin is because so I moved to Toronto when I was 31, so 2011, for work. I used to work in financial markets. He doesn't want me stringing. I like that, Joe. That's good. That's funny. Joe
wants to know if you're doing lines.
No, he's
just dad jokes. That's all I'm looking forward.
He's. I tell you what, it's cheap as shit down here compared to in Australia. It's crazy.
No. Jill said there's no snow, so nobody does snow lines.
Well, yeah, there are different. Yeah,
you know what my favorite creator from Australia is? Do you know who my favorite creator from Australia is?
Mighty Car Mods.
Nope. Drain Addict.
Say that again.
Drain Addict.
What's a Drain Addict?
He has a YouTube channel. He just like clears toilet drains and stuff. And he's like, block drain. And he has like little plastic toys and stuff that he talks to. He has Ratty and Croc and Magpie and
he
always has his hands in shit. He always puts on his beautiful brand new orange gloves at the beginning of his video, and by the end of his video, his hands are just in the shit. And he's like, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette when I'm done. Like,
I All right, here's we're gonna do some fun trivia now, boys. So the Minhouse Craft Brewery produces, and we'll have a guess, and Brian's going last, obviously. I want you guys to guess the number of varieties that the Minhouse Craft Brewery produces, and that includes beers, spirits, liqueurs, and wines.
Okay, so I can tell you that the Regina Brewery on its own has about 30 beers and 15 liquors. So I'm going to go with like 90 different lines.
Okay.
Because they have
that's a trick
Boxer.
question. You said 3 categories, and you said all their beers are made with lavender, so there's actually just one.
No. All their beer has orange and coriander in it.
Orange can coriander.
Well, they're Indian,
That's
of
2.
course. I love the coriander.
Well, I'm pretty sure that there's like coriander hanging on the ceiling and it accidentally falls in because they're beer styles that shouldn't have it. Like, I bought an espresso stout from them and it said contains orange zest and coriander. I'm like, how the fuck did orange zest and coriander get in this beer?
Why would you do that? Why?
I sent Brian 3 of them and he said they were the worst beers he's ever had, and I giggled and I'm like, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
All right, so we've got what we're going to go, Chad. You're guessing around 95. All right.
Yep.
So we're at 95. How many?
So I can't afford it. I know.
How many varieties are you going to guess?
69.
The Minhouse Craft Brewery produces a variety of over 233 beers, spirits, liqueurs, and wines.
How many are those legit?
How many of those are drinkable? Probably 1.
Yeah.
Like it is garbage. So the guy that runs the Regina Minhouse Brewery is a Minhouse as well. They all have Minhouse as their last name. And he taught, like, you know how in Canada you have to have the like Surgeon General warning on there not to drink beer and all that, and drink in moderation. He's like, this person suggests you don't drink in more than moderation. Like, he decides that he is the Surgeon General. Moni Minhouse is the Minhouse runner here. So and I'm not allowed in the Minhouse Brewery.
So, Chad, do you know that the Minhouse Corporation or the companies under the Minhouse Brewery umbrella, there's a microbrewery in Calgary, a distillery in Wisconsin, and also in Calgary they have a restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Pizza Brew Restaurant. Pizza Brew Restaurant.
They had a 120 pack of beer you could buy here in Regina, and it was under $100 for the 120 pack. It was like $99 for the pack, and even me being the person I am, I'm like, I'm not paying that. I'll go and pay the like $60 for a 2-4. I'm not paying $100 for their 120 pack. It's just not happening.
Yeah, they say that beer's like pizza, even when it's bad, it's good. Nope. There's just some shit which you just can't do.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been beers I've drank that the Minhouse Brewing Company has made, and I'm like, these aren't horrible, but they're still Minhouse beers, so I have to make fun of them. And then there's beers I've drank, and I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And why is this out on the market?
I like some of their names are wow. How funny is this? So Minhouse is the private label bottler of the Costco brand beer in Canada. So
I wonder where they sell Costco brand beer then, because again, I haven't seen any in Saskatchewan. I know they don't have any in Ontario or Quebec.
Yeah, I don't remember any in
maybe Alberta,
Ontario.
I bet you it's Alberta.
That fan-made commercial guy, he gets like Costco beer for life now or something, because he made so many videos on YouTube.
If you told me I could get a free 24 pack of Costco beer or a free 30-pack, or let's say 60-pack. I could get a free 60-pack every month, but I have to drink it, and it was made by the Minhas company, I just wouldn't take it, even if it's free. I wouldn't take it. Like, that's how bad the Minhas beers are.
Yeah, could you re-brew their beer using their actual beer?
Could I make prison wine out of it? Sure, if I really wanted to. It would probably taste better, but why would I want to?
It'd be called prison break wine.
All right, so part B of Jillian's fun quiz time is so Manjeet, who's a woman.
Yes.
What do we reckon, gents? And Chad, you can go first if you want. What is her net worth?
Ooh, well, she's on Dragon's Den, so, and I don't know how much of the company she owns. It was her parents that started it. I'm guessing her parents are worth a good deal. I'm going to say 20 million.
Okay.
All right.
He's Googling it.
I want to see if she be able to escort her face. Manjeet Dragons. Yeah.
She's like Jenny from Dragon's Den UK. She doesn't invest in a lot.
I don't watch TV, but
she's always out.
Is the Canadian the asshole, the bald guy? Is he still on?
He's on American Shark Tank. If he's still
he's on the American one, is he?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Didn't he? You know the story about his wife and the boating thing? Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Did she ever get convicted, or whatever happened with her?
Probably not. He's worth so much money that.
Yeah. All right. So, a fun fact. So Manjeet, Minhas's net worth is not publicly available. She's a co-owner. So who knows what that means? She could have 2% or 70% of Minhas Breweries and Distillery, which has an annual revenue of 155 million every year, on average, and her net worth is cited to be around 200.
She's in a jacuzzi. She's not even wearing a bikini. It's just something in the zip up thing. What's up with that?
She doesn't expose a lot.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's like facial shots smell like cinnamon, but
she you wouldn't turn her away. She's not terrible.
It's like a mid price.
Now, I don't know how she's related to Moni. I don't know where Moni is in that family dynamic, because you don't ever really find the entire layout of the family. Oh, she was born May 30th. Oh, she's a Taurus too. Wow.
CEO and co-founder with brother Ravindra Minhas.
Well, Moni is her dad. So Moni runs the Regina Brewery. I'm guessing Ravinder runs one of them and she runs the other. So I'm guessing Ravinder might be in charge of the Wisconsin since she's on Dragon's Den Canada. I don't know.
Well, so the distillery in Wisconsin here is actually right on the border with Illinois. So it's very south. So you've got you've got the lake, you've got Chicago, then the state line, which is Illinois, and then Wisconsin, and then Milwaukee along the lake, and then sort of triangulated in between is Rockford, Illinois, which is right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, and she's just over the border from that. So, but I've got another Wisconsin fun fact, just while I think of it. So even though, you guys would have heard of Miller beer, obviously, which is global national. So the Miller family joined with the Coors family. Which then joined with the Molson family. So if you've got Molson Coors versus Anheuser-Busch, which are the two big global North American companies. But do you guys know the number one selling beer in the state of Wisconsin is a beer called Spotted Cow? And Spotted Cow is only sold in Wisconsin. They don't export it anywhere else. It's kind of it's shtick. It's employee owned. It's started by a bunch of women. It's very left. Their Spotted Cow, which is their flagship, is a farmhouse ale. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's more of a cream ale than a farm. I don't know really what a farmhouse fucking ale is. I think that's their own spin. But it's basically a cream ale. But Spotted Cow outsells Miller in the state of Wisconsin, which is quite fascinating. Because Miller is the behemoth. So my wife works for Miller Coors, and that's why we're in Wisconsin, is because she started working for Miller Coors about 10 years ago in Toronto. And what happened was, so you had the Coors family from Colorado join with the Miller family in Wisconsin to form Miller Coors. They then joined with the Molson family in Canada, and they re-centralized all their back office operations. So all of the HR and the marketing they took out from Toronto and from Colorado, and all the front office stuff, so all the sales and marketing guys, they went to Chicago, and all the human resources went to Milwaukee. And my wife works in human resources, so that's why we're in sunny Milwaukee. But yeah, so fun fact: Spotted Cow, which is a cream ale or farmhouse ale, is the number one selling beer in Wisconsin, and people actually drive over the border from surrounding states, from Minnesota, from Iowa, from Illinois, and fill up trucks and take it back because you can't get it anywhere else. And it's a good beer. You guys would go, yep, this is a good beer, but I mean, it's
unfortunately I can't get it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, I'll get you a. You can send alcohol internationally, can't you? There's no law against it.
It is it's a gray area. I've gotten stuff all the way from Ireland, but it's a 50-50 chance of making it across the border. Ireland said it was a water sample.
Well, mate, I'll get you a address and I'll send you I won't send you a 2-4 because it'll be fucking expensive, but I'll send you a 12-pack of cans, and if it makes it, it makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But mate, it's worth trying, and you should Google some online reviews and have a look at what they say. I mean, it's a cream ale. I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, it's a good beer. It tastes like a lager, but creamier, really. So, it's got that drinkability, but it's a lot smoother than a lager. It's not bitter. It's the antithesis of a bitter. It doesn't have any bitter to it. So it's sort of like the ladies' version, which is why we started by ladies. It's like a ladies' version of a lager. It's like Chardonnay. It's just sort of drinkable, or Sauvignon Blanc. It's just sort of drinkable.
Yeah, like for me, 10 years ago, I'd probably hate it. At this point, I've become a boring old man. I'd probably love something like that.
So, Chad, what are your top 5, 6, 7 beers that, if you could money no object, you could, I want this one, this one, this one, and this one? And okay, so name 3 or 4 favorites, but your top 3 can you put in order? So the other 3 or 4 you can just go, I like this one, this one, this one, but number 3 of all time would be this. Number 2 of all time would be this. Number 1 of all time would be this.
Let's think. My top beers of all time.
Yeah, and you can any style. You can go, in middle of winter. This stout is just the bee's knees. On a hot summer's day, this lager pilsner, blah blah blah.
Okay, one of my top beers is Innocent Gun Original, and that's because it was really what got me into craft beer and everything else. It's what made me go, oh shit, beer can taste more than just what a lager is.
Yeah. Is the Innocent Gun Original? Is that the one which? That's Brian's favorite beer. Is the Innocent Gun Original? Is that the one brewed in rum barrels?
No, that was it was originally done for it was originally done for, what was the name of the, there's Grants. It was originally done for Grants. Grants, the way their beer started was Grants was doing a beer aged Scotch, and Innocent Gun, the guys from Innocent Gun, their father.
What do you mean by that?
They were doing a Scotch that's barrel had beer in it first.
Oh shit!
So they take a barrel,
yeah,
and they put like an English bitter, a Scottish bitter, whatever, into it.
Yeah. And
then they dump the beer out, and they'd fill it with the Scotch and let the Scotch age in there.
Yeah.
And the Dougal and his brother, their father was one of the owners of Caledonia. And Caledonia is where it was brewing first. And what happened was they were pouring the beer out, and then they found out that their workers were taking like buckets of the beer home. So they went to try it. They're like, why are they stealing this beer that we're just pouring out? Because they just made a standard just made a standard ale basically and put it in a barrel.
Yeah.
They're like, why are they taking it home? And they tried it and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then they started making it commercially.
Yeah.
And it really was the first beer that brought some certain flavors into my palate that I had never really had.
Is Innocent Gun, are they Canadian?
Scottish.
Scottish. Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
But Canada is their biggest market.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, right. So the original was what? It was just a lager which was aged in it was like an English bitter, basically. English bitter. Okay. All right, good. Is it still around? Can you still get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
It's not the same. Well, I shouldn't say it's not the same. It was great when it first came out, and then as they became bigger and bigger and bigger, because they started selling in Sweden and Switzerland, as they started getting bigger and bigger, and their production got bigger and bigger, and they changed the way they did it, it got worse. And then they tried to bring it back to the way it was, and it's not as good as it was originally.
Yeah,
but it's still damn good, and it's a beer that I love drinking.
Okay,
it's 6.6% alcohol.
Wow,
and it tastes awesome.
Yep.
The problem is they like to put it. You can get it in cans now, and in brown bottles. But originally it was in clear glass, so you had to drink it quick.
Mm-hmm.
Orange Mungus from Flying Monkeys was the very first Radler I ever had. That was an amazing beer, and that's one of the reasons I love Radlers. Like I love Stiegl Radler. I love Great Western Radler, Oder Kringer Radler. Like, there's so many good Radlers out there, but
did you ever try? A couple of questions for you. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
Did you ever try? So 12 Monkeys had the Sparkle Puss. Did you ever try that?
Sparkle Puff?
Sparkle Puff, yeah.
No, I had left Ontario when Sparkle Puff really came out, and I could get it now. Like, I see it on the shelves here. It comes here to Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
But I try not to drink as high ABV as I used to. So I just haven't grabbed it.
It honestly, I'd be curious as to your opinion of it's It's high. I mean, it's high. Well, you're going to get problems when you get if you don't go. If you're not talking like a Belgian triple or quad, if you get a normal beer and you jack the alcohol up that much, you start to get problems. But it's actually it's a good beer. It really its only problem is that you do go, yeah, I'm drinking a strong alcohol beer. Like the alcohol is it's a really sort of cognizant component of the actual drink. But everything else, mate, it's hazy. It's got some great fruit flavors, but not everything's pretty well balanced. It's not stupid fruit. It's not stupid bitter. It's actually I used to really wouldn't. I mean, it's not cheap, but you know, you can get 2 or 3 of them, and you're all good for the night.
There's 2 versions. The initial one was great. It was chunky. Then they filtered it. That's a whole different story.
Apparently, they don't fully filter it. It's that they do it in their biggest bright tank, and some of it comes out filtered because some of it is coming out after all the sediment has dropped, and some of it's coming out extremely thick because it's from the bottom of the tank.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I've heard that there was a big pushback against them because a lot of people were finding it chunky, and they were complaining.
Yeah, so their biggest tank.
I think that here we call them lady boys here.
Yeah, their biggest tank is almost the size you'd expect from like a Molson or something like that. Like it's huge.
Wow.
So when you take this big unfiltered, thick, hazy IPA and you let it sit in the bright tank for like a week or 2 before you start canning it, all the sediment hits the bottom. So those first batches of beer are super chunky and thick, and then as the beer's flowing, you're getting it clearer and clearer and clearer to the point where you could be buying beer that was canned the same day, and if you bought the beginning of the batch and the end of the batch, you have 2 very different beers, both in flavor and look.
Yeah.
When it came out, I chugged 6 cans of it. I was fucking smashed.
Yeah, no, it'll do that, but it's drinkable, and that's what you like. Yeah. But a lot of the reviews which I saw online were, which I disagree with on point of principle, because a lot of the reviewers were going, it's so inconsistent as a beer, and which, talking exactly about what you were saying, Chad, is, you know, it depending upon what part of the batch you got, you'd either get a clearer beer, or you'd get a hazy beer, or you get a very chunky beer. And people were blowing up about the inconsistency, which, again, that shouldn't be what you're looking for in a beer. I mean, because one of these, so macro beers, my wife works for Miller Coors. Sadly, which is why I think macro beers fail on principle, is because their number one goal is consistency. And my wife has said that some of their company directives are that we want the same product all the time, every time. And if there's a differentiation in the final product, then that's a problem, which is a loss of focus. I know you want to be consistently good, but just being consistent for the point of being consistent, I don't agree with that. As like, we're not manufacturing a good here. We're creating, you know, a drink, and the number one quality should be quality, not consistency. But
okay,
my wife says that their number one goal is consistency.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Macro beers, their number one goal is consistency, like your wife has said to you. And that's what they've sold themselves on, is that we can get the exact same crop somehow. I don't know how, but we can get the exact same crop of everything every time. Now, when you look at a craft brewer, now there's 2 different ways to look at it, right? So most craft brewers... Sorry?
Steam Whistle Plus.
Steam Whistle Plus. But most craft brewers, yeah, every batch is going to be slightly different because you're buying small batch things, even down to your malts. So every crop of malt is going to be different. Like sometimes your malt will be great, sometimes your hops will be great. You don't know what you're getting.
Sure.
But if you're brewing everything to the same standards using the same type of malts and all that, that's your consistency. You still have that quality, just the taste is going to be slightly different each time.
Yeah.
Or then you could be Innocente Brewing, which is now closing in Waterloo. And what Steve would do is he was a yeast scientist before he became a brewer.
Right.
So what he liked doing is every time he brewed beer, he would brew the exact same recipe, but he would change the temperature he was fermenting at, and that changes the beer entirely. And he's like, I don't get why people are angry at me. You know, they're drinking the same beer. They're having innocent bystander or innocent conscience or guilty or that. What, like, you know, he'd be like, they're having the same beer all the time, but they're bitching about the taste of it. I go, because you're changing the beer by changing the temperature. Well, I like to experiment and see what I like. I go, that's great. That's not what your fucking customers want. Your customers want as close to the same beer as they can get each time. They'll accept that as a craft brewer, it's going to be different. They're not going to accept that you've changed the brewing process and called it the same beer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know where to go with that. It's a tough one. To me, craft should be it should be by definition, it should just be we're trying to make the best, and that's the only rule which we're going to follow. Like a good example of what I'm saying, like a synonym or whatever, is the best restaurant I went to in the world in Toronto. What was in Toronto, and it was this little old Italian lady. And she used to cook for her son and her son's friends. And so they used to live in the apartment above her. And then so they decided they backed her, and she opened up this little shop, this little restaurant. It had about 10 tables in it. And every day she'd go down to the market and she'd just buy whatever she wanted. She'd see some nice fish. She'd go, I'll get that. She'd see some, you know, some nice steak or some nice, a cut of beef or pork or whatever, and she'd grab that, and she'd come back to this little 10-table whatever, and she had this chalkboard, and she'd write 2 things on it, and she'd go, "I'm cooking meatballs and mahi mahi," because that's what she found at the market, and that's what she was going to cook. So it was just this old lady who was just cooking whatever she found at the market. And to me, that's what craft breweries are like, or should be like, which is, you know, you don't, I distrust restaurants which have a fish dish and a chicken dish and a beef dish and a pork dish. Like, if you have to cater to everybody, you know, what's that? There's a saying, if you have to please everybody, you're pleasing nobody. And that should be the basis of what, that's macro thinking, whereas craft breweries should be about we are just going to make the best beer, and if the hops change the flavor because the hops are like this year, well, we're just going to use the best hops, and our beer is going to fluctuate according to whatever, but we're going to buy the best products or the best ingredients and make the best product. And by definition, the flavor is going to change because the ingredients, by definition, are going to change. You're going to get, different crops. You're going to do different things. So the beer should flow with the change of ingredients. That's what a craft brewery should be about.
Yeah, so we fully agree on that.
Is Halloween a thing in Australia? Absolutely not. No. The only thing we know, the movies. And we've seen the movies of how people do stuff, but no kid. I've never been trick-or-treating in Australia. I've never known of anybody who's been trick-or-treating. I've never seen any decorations ever until I moved to North America. When I moved to Toronto, Canada, met my wife. It was the best thing ever. Halloween was my beat Christmas and Thanksgiving, and no, we don't have Thanksgiving either. I never tried turkey until I moved to North America. Nobody in Australia eats turkey because turkey's rubbish compared to chicken. Chicken is like a roast chicken is way better on any level than any roast turkey, and I don't care who you're saying, whatever. I know turkey's more dark meat, light meat. You got that bigger differential, but a roast chicken is just going to be moister, and the best meat has always got to be meat. It's always got to be moist. Like a steak has got to be. How do we decide what's a great steak? It's got to be juicy. How do we describe what a great roast is? It's got to be juicy. How do we describe what a great chicken is? It's got to be juicy. So juiciness of a meat is probably its primary flavor characteristic. Turkey is rubbish. Chicken beats turkey every time. And no, Australians just never. Well, we know what Halloween is, but it's like a good example of is Halloween a thing in Australia is when we know about Christmas in America because it's all, like the famous Christmas movies, like National Lampoons, which we love, Home Alone, which we love, Die Hard, which we love, and they're all snow. The streets are snow lined, and everybody's shoveling. Like Clark Griswold has to shovel snow and all this sort of stuff, and he's out on his roof stapling all the lights, and it's snowing. So we know what Christmas is like, but our Christmases, because the seasons are reversed, are in the middle of summer. So our Christmases are like doing a barbecue, and we've got a pool and have a swim, and throw another shrimp on the barbie. Prawn. It's actually prawn. Prawn's the correct name. Shrimp is something you find in small prawns in Chinese food, Chinese rice. So no, we know what white Christmases are like because we watch American movies, and we know what Halloween's like because we watch American movies, but we don't get either one of them in Australia, sadly. And that's honestly one of my favorite things living in Wisconsin is having a house, and the street sort of gets together, and we've got neighbors who come over. We set up like a little lawn chairs at the front. We've got our bags of candy. Interesting thing is, so my wife and I live in a place called Shorewood, which is like the Upper East Side of Milwaukee, and across the river. So the Milwaukee River comes in off Lake Michigan and goes north. So it goes parallel to the actual to the lake. And if you go across the bridge, it's all very poor black areas, like ghettos and stuff like that. And fun cultural fact is, for some reason, none of the blacks they celebrate Halloween at all. So all the black families will put their kids in the car, and they'll drive over the bridge, and they'll park all their cars along, in white neighborhoods. Not that it's white neighborhoods, but you know what I'm saying. And then they'll go all Halloweening, all in the white neighborhoods, because it's only the white people who actually will set up, the bowls of candy and welcome the kids and whatever. So the black neighborhoods don't do that for some weird reason. So they all come to our neighborhoods and we give them candy, which is a weird cultural thing. All right, so Chad,
I'm just gonna punch in for a second there, guys.
Yeah,
everybody, you Jules, it was great to see you. I'm going to go off of live. You guys can keep talking, but I gotta go hang out with my wife for a bit.
No worries, mate. Are you guys same time of next week?